Hello.
Oi.
So, I didn't bring this up last week, but you know when I went to go talk to like the chief and stuff, you know Andrew and Nick didn't follow me, right? They stayed to guard the coffin of blood.
Okay. So they will not be with you.
I also wonder if that would change the encounter because you said the person was pissed off because there was foreigners there, like the kobold and
Well,
the
we're not going to
blue
start with
person.
combat because I don't think it's fair to just say, "Oh, we're starting combat, but we're going to go to next week." So I want to give, well, I guess you, because they're not there, a chance to convince, like, do some rolls and stuff.
Okay.
But you did literally say to them that one of their people was a vampire, so that was what caused the combat, not the fact there were foreigners there.
Oh, you suggest? Well, it wasn't so much that. I mean, it was like the fact that she wasn't willing to listen to us was because there was foreigners there. I thought that's what you said, but I might be remembering that part wrong.
I can't really remember, but that may have been it. But yeah, you just sort of blurted out, "Oh yeah, we found out there's a vampire," and she was like, "Okay, let's kill them." That's what. That I rewatched it.
No, Yeah, no, she's definitely a vampire too. Then she said they found out the secret. We got some vampire elves up in here.
No. Hopefully Nick remembers. Oh no, Nick's online. Never mind.
Yeah, he just joined the call.
So I think what we do is we start without Andrew. If I need to, I can roleplay as him, and if he shows up, he shows up. I sent him a text, but he hasn't responded.
What we could also do is, I was watching some like D&D, like animations of like stuff that people did, but like if there was a campaign that people would have trouble with the small numbers, the DM had each person have like an AI companion that they controlled, pretty much. Like a follower. So if we need to, we could do something like that.
I mean, we could, but also I can also design the game so that the challenge level is based off your guys' level, and there being 3 of you.
True, I'm just saying.
But yeah,
There's
if you guys want to go to like a town and like hire a mercenary, then that's totally fine.
Hire someone to replace Andrew permanently.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't think he'll be here.
I think
what's great?
It'll be late.
Yeah, what's great though is he didn't tell us this right away, right when we were making plans, and then when he did tell us, he said it in the cryptic Andrew way. That means not everyone understood what was going on.
Yeah, I thought he was confused and thought we were doing D&D yesterday. So that's why I was like, "Oh, we'll be fine for Sunday." But no, I just read his text wrong, I think.
He's like, Andrew, just man up and be like, I can't make 11. Could we move it back to like 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Nick, join the call.
Well, I'm gonna grab my phone. I'll just occasionally text him throughout the whole. Oh, he did actually text me back.
Why is my key?
Bepin becomes a demon and becomes the main villain. I said, "How's it looking, Chief?" And he said, "Nah, mate." Let me make sure.
Does that mean he's not going to get here at all, or is he going to?
He said eventually. Okay. Now we just gotta get Nick in this bitch.
And he's offline.
Amazing. Let's just reschedule.
It could just be me. Just
So,
me versus the world.
there's an elf in front of you. What do you do?
I think at this point I'm just gonna
Tell her to bite me and become a vampire.
I'll just be like, hey, you know what? I'll join you guys. I'll live here in these woods now. Fuck the rest of the world. Oh my god.
I'll text Nick.
I mean, I even called him while he was online, but he didn't respond.
Oh. I don't even know when the last time I texted Nick was. I said, Andrew, you can just tell us to reschedule if you have things that are in the way of time, and he said, that sounds gay. That is not the gayest thing Andrew has.
I'm so glad I didn't go to Germany with him. I hate to say it, but I feel like he is just the worst person I feel like to travel with. Like, I mean, we had good experience with the Dells and like he was cooperative and stuff like that, right? At the same time, planning that was a hassle, and that was only for 2 weekends, two weeknights, right?
Yeah. Also, he had a broken car.
He didn't. Oh, I meant the second time. Yeah, and the second time he didn't tell.
Yeah.
He had a revoked license, and he didn't tell us until we were leaving.
Yeah. He also had to go to work at midnight. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Nick's probably having internet issues or something. Hopefully that doesn't last. If that's what it is. Okay, so I have to get into the mindset of Beppin. Bippity Bop. Hope he's back online. Biggest yeet of all time. Big oof.
There we go. Okay. My bad. I had to restart my computer really quick.
Ah, okay. I assumed it was something like that or your internet going out.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I just gotta get the tabs up real quick.
That's fine. It's just the two of us today, Nick.
Oh, is Andrew coming back from the wedding or whatever?
I asked him when he'd be back and he said eventually, so he may join us later, but it depends on how long we go.
I'll be free until about 4 o'clock or so,
Oh, yeah,
and then I gotta head
that's
to work.
okay. We'll probably be
Shit.
done way before then. Well, maybe. I don't know. We went about 4 hours last time, so maybe.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Beyond.
Okay. I have to monitor my mic sound because the last stream we did, it was not lined up properly. So that was amazing.
Six place.
It's very slightly off. Okay, so one thing that William remembered was that you guys at the end of last session, you and Andrew stayed in the house to watch in case the guy
You cut out. What was that?
Sorry. At the end of last session, you and Andrew stayed in the house. Hold on, I gotta turn this shit off because I'm using myself. I've got really loud music blasting in my ear. Okay, so at the end of last session, you and Andrew stayed in the house to watch in case the guy came back. So technically, you weren't with Everhill when he went to approach Princess Ciela. So we're gonna run it back slightly. So Everhill's gonna get another chance to convince people, but I'm still gonna keep it that he mentioned the thing about the vampires because.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you just won't be in the interaction straight away, and I'll try to roleplay Andrew for now. So Beppin's all of a sudden getting a lot more talkative than usual.
Let's see. Okay, D&D Beyond's up. Roll20's up. That's up. Let me get my notes up.
So what do you guys actually remember from last session?
We woke up in like a dungeon and we were attacked by giant witch and two giant metal statues or something.
And we set free a different wizard. He was probably evil, but I'm pretty sure we never got his name. But we killed
You got his name.
Mildred. The
Or,
dude's name?
You may have not written it down, but yeah, I gave you his name. Well, you got the name that he gave you. Yeah, so pretty much you guys were investigating a murder. And you found the house of the guy you assume who did it. And Iwin, the guard that was accompanying you, ran off to the palace. And Everhill wanted to go as well to give the information that you guys found. You and Beppin, or Bespin, or Beppison, whatever. You and that guy stayed behind to watch just in case the guy did come back. And Everhill ran off to approach the Elven royalty. So that's sort of where we were at. So Everhill, you have just told Princess Ciela that. What did you actually say? What information were you given?
I think I said I found a note talking about sharpening fangs, and I said I have proof that he was a vampire, or he was a vampire or something like that. I mean, I don't know for sure, because all it talks about is fangs. He could be a werewolf.
Okay. So, yeah. Princess Ciela, the guards for a moment move towards you violently, and then she puts her hands up, and they stop. She looks over towards Chieftain, and...
I'm sorry. Who drew this picture on the Roll20?
That was Andrew, I think.
That was Andrew, yeah.
The timid woman. Hold up. Let me pull up a map for you real quick.
Alright.
And you can tell
you want to erase Andrew's beautiful work as punishment for not being here?
Yeah, I can do that in a second. You can tell me if you see anything.
I see absolutely nothing.
Alright. Let me give you sight real quick. How about now?
Oh yeah, I see that.
Can you see anything, Nick?
I do not see anything, no.
Alright, I'm going to put a token down for you, even though you're not here, just so you can see.
it's his soul just wandering
You're
by.
not here. I'm sentient in the room.
Can you see now?
No.
Oh.
I think you have to give him control of it.
Oh, now I can see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Alright,
I think
yeah,
I was
good.
I had you on the wrong layer. All right. So you see this. Oh yeah, the way I described the room last time, it's a very beautiful elven room. This is actually probably one of the cleanest rooms in this building. The rest is pretty dirty and covered in mud from people trekking in the wet dirt. But they are all sitting on bean bags because I thought that was hilarious. So that's what they're sitting on. And yeah, can you see their names? That I have
No.
in? Okay, so the person standing across from you here is Princess Ciela.
All right.
The one sitting over here is Prince Orion, and this is the chieftain who you don't know the name of, and then the other two are guards, and Iwin
And then
is
this
slightly in front of
is-
you.
Yeah, that one.
And Iwin sort of looks back at you when you mention vampires. Is like, I've been trying to tell her, but she just... What is wrong, Cielo? What are you not telling us? And she just kind of sits there for a moment trying to think of what to do next. The prince speaks up and says, "They know too much. We must get rid of them. I win too." And Cielo's like, "Shut up, Orion. I'm thinking." Do you do anything?
I mean, I have no definite proof this man was a vampire either way. He could have been a werewolf. All it said was sharpening fangs. So any fanged creature that likes to keep coffins full of blood, which is most likely a vampire.
So are you trying to deceive them that you don't know, or what are you trying to do? Like,
I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself right now.
okay, you're just thinking out loud.
Sure, yeah.
Iwin looks over at Prince Orion and is like, What do you mean, take us out? This is ridiculous. We're trying to help you. Your mother was killed.
Also, I have other notes besides the one Iwin came with that also are more correspondence between Krasin and this murderous guild found in the town. I still haven't written that town's name down. Damn it, William.
Oh, still fair?
In the murderous guild in Stillfair. If you want to enter those into evidence.
When you say the guild in Stillfair, Celia's face goes from distrust to interest very quickly. You may have said something that piqued her interest.
Yeah. I just pull out like my stack of letters. I'm like,
There's a stack of papers. Well, if you look through my notes,
if you look through these correspondence going back months, right? They went back months, right, Dylan?
yeah, they've been going on for probably. The last one that you have is from today, and the first one that you have is from like 6 months ago.
Yeah, so about starting back half a year. Correspondence between, is it Krasin or Kazar?
Kaser.
Kaser, between Kaser and this guild. What? As I'm looking through the notes, can I read what the guild is called?
Yeah, the original note that you got mentioned the Crimson Fang, and probably a few of the letters you have.
I'm sure I
mentioned.
wrote that. Didn't I write that down?
Maybe you wrote it down in your character sheet notes? Perhaps?
No, I didn't write it down.
Oh, okay. That's okay. It's not like it's very important information, William.
I think you were giving me so much information. I wrote down what I could,
Right.
and then I forgot about it.
That's fair.
Do I know what the Crimson Fang is? Could I do like a
History check, maybe.
history or insight or something?
Yeah, you can do a history check. You want to know if you know anything about the actual organization, the Crimson Fang?
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
All right. The only thing that I think you would have knowledge enough knowledge about vampires to know that Crimson Fang would make sense with something to do with vampires.
All right.
But you wouldn't know anything specific about them being in Still Fair, or if what they're doing or what their motives are.
Didn't the letter say meet us in Still Fair at the clubhouse or whatever?
Yeah, so you know that wherever they are located, it's most likely a headquarters in Still Fair. That's like, if you read more of the letters, you'd probably get certain information about like certain tasks, fighting off the death of our people and stuff like that. So maybe as you're like trying to like look through the notes like to get anything to convince her, you like read some of these things.
All right.
Do you read anything out loud to her?
Death. Sure. The part's mentioning that Kaiser was part of the Crimson Fang in Still Fair. He was getting messages from them.
She looks at you very deeply and she's like, "How long?"
Well, I only found 6 months worth of letters. I mean, if Krazen was any smarter, he would have burnt these after he got them. That's what you usually do when you're a spy. But, I mean, luckily for us, he kept them all, right?
She thinks for a moment, looks over to the prince, looks back at you, and she says, "Guards, take this man into holding. I win too." Now, you can either let them, or we can roll initiative.
Ooh.
The choice is yours.
Yeah, but my question is, should I bring up the fact that we think there might be a teleportation spell linked to blood in the dude's house?
Questions. That's a great question.
See, if before you take me away, I just thought you might want to note that we never actually caught Krazen, so he could be anywhere. And we also found a coffin full of blood. I'm not sure if Iwan told you about that. And we also detected magic around the coffin of blood for the transportation of an item, which could have been anything, but it also could have been a blood-based ritual that teleported Krazen away from here. And we don't know if he can get back that way. Or if that's actually what it is.
So at this point, probably one guard goes here, and she stops them, puts her hand up again for a moment, and says, "You said their base was in Still Fair?"
Yes, that is what these letters are implying.
Interesting. She looks at the guard by Iwan and says, "Leave him. I want to speak to him and inform him on things. Take the other half-elf away." And
do you want the evidence?
Yeah, but the guard
I'll hand
will
the
probably
evidence
take
to
it.
Iwan.
Okay, Iwan takes the evidence. And,
I trust him a little bit more.
And the guards start to take you away. Okay, so we'll pause there. Back at the house.
I can't fight.
All right, let's.
Can I just
wanna
out of character? Can I speak briefly?
Yeah.
Like, if I had my bow and arrow out, I probably could have taken all these guys down. But right now, I have my 2 rapiers equipped, so
I mean,
probably wouldn't do very well.
Could have gotten one down and then pull out the bow. Okay, so Beppis is his name. All right. So Beppis is currently standing at one of the windows, just looking out, like looking at the guards, seeing what they're doing. It's probably been like 20 minutes maybe since Everhill left. What are you doing, Lord Boris?
Remind me again, how far are we from Everhill, would you say?
If you made your way to the palace, which is where he said he was going, it wouldn't take very long. You just sort of run down a clearing that the village is made out of, and it's the big tree at the end. But
okay.
Yeah, that's where you would go.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, William.
No, it's just like when I was thinking about how we were going to get out of this combat situation, because I knew it probably wouldn't have ended well for us when I thought we were coming back into combat. I'm like, My plan is just to take that bracer I found and shove it on my head.
Oh,
Let's see what happens.
Interesting.
Let's see what happens.
The power of demons, and you just like you just kill everybody.
And then it does then it does absolutely nothing.
You just hear the words "fuck you" in your head, and you're like, "No!"
God damn it!
Yeah. So
I guess.
Sorry.
I guess just being with Beppis has made me fairly uncomfortable.
What to kill yourself?
Not really eager to stick around with just him. So I kind of think to myself, I'll give him another 10 minutes or so. If not, then I'm gonna head in because it's 30-minute mark. It's starting to get a little
suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm doing anything for now.
You sit around, you wait. Probably 6 or so minutes go by, and you hear footsteps outside leading towards the house. A man walks in, and you recognize him as the chieftain that you spoke to earlier when you were gathering evidence.
Right.
He nods at you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I go up to him and I say, you haven't seen Everhill by any chance, have you? Or...
I have.
Okay then.
Okay,
That's actually why I came to speak to you both.
Sure, what do you have to tell me?
Your friend's been locked away. Why were you two left here in this house?
We just wanted to stay at the site just to make sure everything was, ship shape, I guess, per se.
You haven't seen anything,
why was
have you?
Everhill arrested?
Well, I'm afraid that Everhill knows a bit too much, and the Princess Celia is not happy. Look, there is something I need your help with, and we need to do it quickly.
You people are insane. Okay. What?
He just nods at that, yeah.
What do you need me to do? Or what do we need to do?
First of all, we need to free your friend. But there's something I need to tell you, both of you. And Beppis hops down from where he's looking out the window, and he's like, oh, information. And the chieftain says, a couple days ago, I discovered a dark, dark secret about this place. Something that I didn't know about the royal family, and it shook me to my core. But I kept it secret because I've always been loyal. But now I realize that it is breaking this place apart. One night...
The evil?
More or less. One night, the eldest brother... Hold up. Let me grab some... the eldest Ganella brother, the royal family, he began to experience changes. I wasn't quite sure what was happening. We were just out on a hunt, and he began to grow fur and gain wolf-like features. Suddenly, before I knew it, there was a werewolf in front of me, and I knew that if I led him back to the town, back to the village, Kainalari, he would destroy it. So I led him away, and he ran. Went somewhere, I'm not quite sure. But when I informed the queen, she was very angry with me, and she sent 3 scouting parties out. That's 3/4 of our men. I knew that this was going to end badly, but none of the scouting parties have returned. Iwin was the only one.
Fucking Iwin.
Hey, Iwan's a good person.
I think
Sort of. I don't know.
the reason the Mother of Purity, Penelo, was assassinated was because the Crimson Fang had been fighting with the royal family. If they are werewolves and the Crimson Fang are vampires, then that must be. And I think it's finally starting to come together, and Celia's losing her grasp, and she's trying to do whatever she can to hold the power. That's why we need to get Everhill out. We need to get your friends. He points at Beppis, like Beppis is just like standing there staring at him like, we need to get everyone to safety, but I can't do it alone. I need some outside help.
Okay, I get where you're going with this, but you still haven't explained how we're gonna get Everhill out of prison. And he's kind of essential to this whole operation.
Well, to be honest, I haven't thought that far ahead. I was hoping that maybe our minds combined could come up with something. But I do know that there was no way in hell they're letting you two win.
Been by the prison for all these years. I've been here for like, what?
The one time Andrew doesn't play as a changeling that can turn into an elf.
Exactly. We need to find a way to disguise you two, or maybe hide you and get you inside. Look, we don't have a lot of time. They're going to expect me back soon. I said I was just going to go on a quick scout.
Okay. Is there a place I can meet you later, or...
Meet me by the great tree, and I'll give you 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you there.
Figure out a way to disguise yourself or hide yourself. If not, this may be all for nothing. And he walks away. A quick pace back towards the great tree. Woo! So either Nick, you can either come up with something now, or I can head back over to William and I can let you think.
Let me think.
Okay. So, Everhill, for now, let's ignore the map, because I'll send us back over to the other one so I can edit this map a bit. But
did they take my stuff from me, or did they just lock me in with everything?
They would leave your armor, but they would take anything that like is super obvious. I mean, they wouldn't take like gold and stuff. They would just take stuff that they think would help you escape, essentially. So
they took my crowbar. God damn it.
Yeah. Crowbar gone.
God.
OP crowbar.
And probably my hammer too. I don't know why I have one.
No, yeah. But yeah. So you are locked in a wooden prison cell. There's no windows. It's just all wooden paneling. And there are 2 tables in the room. On one side of the room, there is a table covered in blood, and on the wall next to the table is just these spikes that are protruding from the wall.
I'm in the murder cage. That's great. Could I investigate the blood to see if I can tell what it's from?
Sure. Give me an investigation check, or
would that be nature
if you want? Yeah.
I'll do nature. 16.
16. Okay. The blood is not recent. It's probably a couple weeks old.
So it's not the old man that we were trying to prove innocent. All right.
No, you would guess not.
I don't really know what else to.
The door that seals the room is made out of wood. You would guess a thick wood, but there is an iron lock in the middle of it.
You know what? It's just like I'm not. This is just me talking out loud. This isn't what my character's actually doing. Just like well, nothing else to do. Might as well take that bracer and.
They would probably have taken that.
I mean,
I'd say you have your armor and gold on you.
What about my books?
If they were in your bag, then it would be gone, yeah.
Alright. Armor. So I have my armor and gold. Could I use my could I just try to slip through the bars of the cage? Just yeet on through?
There's no bars. It's all wooden paneling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a door though.
Yeah, there's a door. There's a wooden door with an iron lock in the middle of it. The door looks very similar to the rest of the wall. The only reason you know it's a door is because that's where you came through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of stuck in here. I don't have anything to help me get out unless I want to just try to push the door down.
Well, I mean, you do have. There are things in here, like you have
All right.
two tables.
Can I do an
walls, like-
investigation
yeah, sure.
to see what is in the room?
Sure.
19.
Okay. As you investigate, it's not so much of what you see in the room, because you've seen what you've seen in the room. The thing you notice is the spikes, like the bit that actually attaches to the wall, is much thinner than the actual thickness of the spike. Maybe something, if you worked at, could be torn off.
So I could try to pull one of the spikes off the wall, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and there's 5 of them.
Alright. So what's on the table? What else is in the room besides the spikes?
There's 2 wooden tables, one of which is covered in blood. There's like leather strappings that would probably strap someone down. Man, I'm really weirdly obsessed with tables with straps on them. Yeah, that's it. It's otherwise it's a very bare room. Like there's this. This is obviously where they put you, so they don't want to put anything in there.
Fucking hell.
What?
Nothing.
Everhill's just like, yeah, I give up. I'm here now.
Alright, I guess I'll try to detach one of the spikes.
Okay, so how do you want to do it? Do you want to, like, just pull on it? Do you want to start kicking at it, like ninja kicking it to try to break it off? Or...
I was sort of looking to see what I have.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, just, I mean, can I get the leather straps out and try to, like, fashion some sort of rope from them? Use the pull down. No, I'll just kick it. Fuck it. I'll kick one of these things.
Okay, you kick one of the spikes. Let's see, what kind of roll would that be?
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics roll.
20.
Okay.
Not natural, though.
So you're doing like a I imagine you like sort of stand on the table and you just start furiously kicking at this spike, and over time it begins to bend downward, and then eventually the wood that attaches it to the wall just snaps and it falls to the ground.
Alright.
So you've probably got like a 2 foot long, like 3 centimeter wide at its main base spike.
Alright, I pick it up.
Okay.
And I walk over. Is it that? Can I use it as a lockpick, or is this more of the thing where I'm just gonna shove it at the lock and try to break it open?
You could probably try to use the very tip of it as a lockpick. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that first, just
Okay.
to make less noise. Sleight of hand.
Okay, sleight of hand with disadvantage.
9. Oh, that first one would have been amazing.
Okay. So you're trying to be as quiet as possible, and you feel like for a moment you get it. You hear this, and you like go to push on the door, and it just won't budge. Ah.
What?
Sorry, I got a text and it scared me.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna use it, and I'm just gonna break the other spikes off the wall so you can't use them to kill me.
Okay. So over time you begin to kick at the spikes. All right, well, let's go back over to
I'm just sitting in this cage kicking spikes.
the other squad. So, Boris, have you come up with a plan of sneaking?
Somewhat.
Okay.
So I turned to Beppis as this seems something that he would be interested in participating in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask him to go into the most populated section of the town and start to act like himself, basically. Very animated. Very animated, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
he would attract a lot of attention, which would, with his axe,
Right.
would probably draw out a few guards that would make the move into the area a bit easier. So Beppis creates the diversion, and I'll sneak in once he's doing that.
Interesting. Okay.
And that'll give Andrew, if he does come back, a chance to kind of just yeet the fuck back into the story.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, sure. Beppis agrees with your plan. Immediately, just starts saying yes, yes, yes. So you want him to go into the middle of town and just start making a ruckus, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, and in that time, you'll use that to get to the meeting point. All right, interesting. I will give Andrew some rolls, and we'll do a performance check for these, which he has a +2. Okay. Yeah. So what Beppis does is he sneaks around the various trees and heads. He probably goes up one of the trees to where they have like their market area, and just jumps out and knocks over one of the stalls and just starts going, "I'm a poopy brain. I'm a poopy brain," and just starts running at the various stalls, like trying to like knock people over and things.
I can see him do it. Yeah.
And
Oh my god!
Path of destruction.
you give me a stealth.
Are you
check.
sure Are you sure he didn't just shit in his hand and start throwing it at people?
Yeah, he starts shitting in his hand and throwing it at people as well. And one of the owners is like, "Oh boy." One of the owners.
Does he get advantage for Andrew's?
Yeah. I think
Yeah, you can have advantage.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright.
So
Okay.
you hide out behind one of the trees and you watch the great tree, and just like a few guards like step outside, look, and then they're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" and they start running over to where Andrew is. You see maybe like 3 guards leave, yeah, you have like an opening to go.
Okay. I'll take that opening.
All right, you start heading to the great tree. You head towards the entrance, which is like at the very root of the tree. There's like a doorway, and you start walking in, and waiting at the front, you see 2 guards, one of which is the chieftain, and he says, he like looks over at you and he goes, "I'm sorry," and just like knocks the other guy out, and then he just nods towards you like, "We got to do this."
All right.
Thought he was
We
about
had
to be
him,
sorry
I
to
guess.
Nick for tricking him.
All right, and we are going to go to a new map real quick, though.
That's too good though. Damn.
Andrew made the best map there is. Hold on, let me grab a few more things before we do that. Nothing suspicious at all. Just
If it's a dragon, Everhill doesn't care.
it's not a dragon.
I
I
bet-
was actually playing around with some dragon stats, but they are so like high level, it's ridiculous. Like worth
Yeah.
like 62k XP and shit like that. Okay,
That's fine.
we can handle
We can
that.
handle. We can. Everhill's got it. Just
Not a problem.
Just roll like 5 natural 20s in a row. Just. Nah.
All right,
Knowing my luck, as soon as I come up against the big bad guy, Everhill's numbers just go.
boom. So you should both be able to see where you are now. So at this
I see
point,
where I am. Yep.
we are going to roll initiative, and we're gonna sort of do a loose initiative just so that we can keep track of what's happening, and I can keep track of how things are going. So let's do that.
Ooh, natural 20.
18.
18 for Everhill. We don't need the witch anymore.
Not great. You want to send the results of this roll to the turn track, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah, it's okay. I can keep track of it.
Nick gets to go twice.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh yes, someone rolled a 1.
Yep.
They don't get to go
Oh,
for the
boy.
first round. Can I roll for Andrew?
Andrew's not here.
I'm in Beppo. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you may
He's
as well.
distracting people. Alright. 19.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, I don't know what his initiative modifier is.
I can look it up.
Oh, I was gonna look it up too.
Oh, you can do it if you want to.
It is also +2, so yeah, it's 19.
19. Okay.
Or could I take the 19 and he gets the 18?
For some reason, I have you on here twice.
It's because when I rolled the 19 and then put it as my characters.
Oh. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, because I don't see the 18
Gotcha. Okay.
ever.
I think that's everyone. I'm just gonna have the chieftain go on your go, Nick.
Okay.
I also don't see Nick on that thing,
No, I don't.
and it's now gone. So, and it's back.
Oh, I have to put it here so people can see it. Okay. All right. It is your go first. So he'll essentially follow you until combat, and then he'll start acting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is there a dagger on the table?
let's just say that's the spike you got, because that's what's supposed to be there.
Alright, so we're just under a tree then. Do we just keep moving down the hall?
He says north towards the hall. Yeah.
Or towards the hall?
So yeah, you can dash if you want to.
I wouldn't. Breaks you out of stealth.
I will stealth. From this point here, I'll stealth.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll for that, or?
Yeah, that'll be your action to go into sneaky mode. I'll roll for him as well. It's
15.
It's not too much of a worry for him as well because he is supposed to be here. You got a 15. He got a 19. So pretty good. All right. Beppis, let's see how well his distraction's going. Okay. Everhill, it is your go. You want to try to break another spike, or what do you want to do?
How many spikes have I broken off?
You probably have just gotten the second one off.
I'm gonna take those 2, grab them in my hands, and walk over to the door.
Okay.
That's the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna strike the lock with the first one to see if I can break it.
Okay.
Is that an attack roll?
Yeah. Attack roll.
What do you want me to do?
Just roll damage with like an I guess it wouldn't be unarmed. Do you have any skill in just roll a d4, I guess.
Do you want me to? Because I hit it, right?
Yeah, it's just a stationary target, so you'll hit it.
I'll just roll a d4 then. Can I roll 2 of them? Because I want to hit one with the first one, and then because I'm dual wielding it with my second.
Sure, you
Action.
can roll 2 and big smack.
7.
Actually, do 2d6 because that's what your short sword does, and this is kind of
8.
like wielding.
It
a
was
short sword.
just one better. Just
Okay,
just
so
one whole point better.
you smack the lock, and you just hear cling, 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 and then behind the door you hear, "What the fuck?"
I'm making some music.
And then you hear another voice like, "Oh, he's trying to get out." Okay.
No, I'm just making some music in here.
Then you begin to hear the door open, and here, I'm gonna move you back slightly 2 elves walk in. And they go, "What the fuck are you doing?
Making music.
Why?
I'm bored. Why else would I be doing it?
You're supposed to not be doing anything."
Do you expect me to just sit here quietly in the dank, dark prison cell for knows how long?
I mean, kinda, yeah.
Maybe give me like a book to read and I'll be quieter.
Interesting. Give me a persuasion check.
I'm using this. Persuasion. 22,
Ooh.
natural 20.
What the dark-haired elf looks over to the other one. He's like, "I don't know, Bill. I can go grab one of his books. Is there one in particular you wanted, sir?"
Oh, let's get that impossible alchemical formula.
All right, I'll be right back. Watch him, Ted. Yeah, sure. Bill and Ted's Epic Adventure, the elf. So yeah, one of them leaves, and the other one's just standing there like, "Who?" Another turn goes by. Boris,
I just convinced them to bring me like the entire fucking library.
Boris, it's your go again.
Alright. I'll just keep shuffling on down this hallway. Are these doorways?
Those are banners.
Banners, okay.
Yeah.
But this hallway doesn't seem to go anywhere, so I kind of motion to the chief, and I'm like, well, where the fuck are we going? Why am I leading the way?
He looks around and says, "There's something wrong here." He walks over here and begins to like touch on the wall like he's looking for something. Let me give him a roll. So he failed the perception check, but he succeeded on the intelligence check. He says, "They've covered the door. Do you have anything heavy we can smash this wall with?"
What about Boppus's body?
Can I just take a swing at it with my mace?
Oh yeah, you have a mace. Yeah. What damage does your mace do?
D6 plus 1.
All right, roll that. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So Boris just like, "Get out of the way, peasant," and just like swings back and just like slams the mace, and you begin to splinter the wall. And now you can see, like, in between, you can start to see like the handle of a door, and I assume you just keep smashing on it.
Yeah, I'm just smash.
All right, so that's your go. Let's see how Beppis continues his thing. Okay. Everhill, your go again. So
Right.
you've got Ted chillaxing, just watching you.
I'm just gonna
Wait.
I mean,
Okay.
as far as I know, I'm just waiting for them to reach a decision on what my evidence I presented, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that something's wrong. I was just, that's why I didn't really try to escape, because I was sort of role playing it. I don't know that there's anything wrong. I'm just waiting for them to like reach a decision.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna wait.
I'm gonna roll another intelligence check. Yeah, this guy has no fun. This guy's like, he sees you with the two like blades in your hand, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, he was making music.
Hey, you want to join a band?
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
All right, so Boris, on your next turn, you manage to smash a big enough hole that you could sneak through, like a kobold-sized hole. The chieftain like reaches in to try to like open the door, and he's like, "I can keep smashing this, but why don't you go on ahead?"
All right. Can I open the door from the inside?
Yeah, so you head into the little cubby, you open the door, and you can move here. The This door, by the way, is opened. Someone has opened this door.
Just keep stealthing on through. There is a. Is that an enemy right here?
Yeah, so as you peer through the doorway, you can see someone who is walking through the halls, and they're probably the one that just opened this door, and they appear to just be scouting around. So,
all right.
I assume you just stay stealthed.
I'll stay stealth, but to end my turn, I'll switch from my mace to my crossbow,
Okay.
and that'll be it.
Okay.
Crossbow you've never hit anything with?
All right.
Yeah, crossbow. That's a lot more quiet, though. To be fair.
All right, Everhill. You continue to wait.
No. Yeah, you want to form a band? Start playing some music in here? I pull out my loot.
He pulls out his sword and he's holding a shield and he just starts banging on it like. This guy's totally entranced by you.
And then I use the spikes and just start like banging on the table. We'll start a band up in here.
I was just imagining at some point you're like, this is amazing, and then you just stab him through the chest with both the spikes, like, oh yeah. No, you're just starting a band. All right.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I love this. The guy has yet to return with your books. Another round goes by. Boris, you have an action. What do you want to do?
All right.
Oh yeah, and Chieftain gets through the hole at this point.
Chieftain gets through the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I motion to Chieftain to come over to where I am.
Okay, so he sneaks around over here.
And if he can still see the guard over there,
Yeah.
I say to him, anything I should know about that guy?
He squints for a moment and is like, I know her. She's actually one of my patrol. If we're gonna do this, we should do this quietly and also try not to kill.
Okay. I lower my crossbow.
Nick, just so you know, if you attack someone and you say you attack without the intent to kill, like any damage you do that would make them die is instead just knocking them out.
Knocking him out, okay.
That's right, Dylan, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, if you're using a crossbow to do it,
Yeah,
you most
it's
likely
complicated. It's like you could. It would be like if you use your mace to like get someone to low health, and then you hit them with your handle for the final attack.
Okay.
It's a little bit harder with a crossbow because
Yeah,
it's just...
you'd have to probably get up close to knock them out, but you can get them to the point of being very close to death and have them not die. But they might bleed out. You never know. I don't know.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll switch back to the mace then.
I love. Yeah.
musical weapons.
Beyond that, though, can I investigate the room to see if there's any place I could hide potentially to where I could knock them out?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check. Chieftain
Trying
also
to do...
says that he could. He mentions to you via whisper that he could try to go talk to them and distract them for you if that's what you'd like, but it's up to you.
Okay. That might be ideal too. So they don't know about his double agent status.
One moment.
So yeah, do you want to hide or would you like him to?
What about the investigation?
So you're looking for a place to hide?
Yeah, specifically on the ceiling to see if I could find a place to hide up there potentially.
Okay, so there's lots of furniture that you could climb up onto. The ceiling is kind of like a wooden lodge where it has like those wooden beams that like go over each other. So you probably, if you were dexterous enough, could jump up there and sort of not really swing around on the wooden beams, but like walk around on them. You're so small.
Walk around. Okay.
I'm back.
I'll inform the chief that all right, you're going to distract him. I'm going to just go up through the scaffolding and follow you from there. Hopefully we can make it through without having to knock anyone out, kill anyone, avoid that, ideally. just in and out, or we can knock them out slowly, one by one, so that as we leave with Everhill, we won't have to fight our way back through. So I kind of, motion to the chief is, there are the two options that we basically have at this point. What are you thinking?
I like the idea that I distract and you get there, but if we do get split up, you need to know that he points to down the hallway that she's heading.
Mm-hmm.
If you head down that hallway, on your first right, if you head down your first right, you'll make your way to the prison.
First right is the prison?
Yeah. Assuming I have my rights and lefts correct. It's hard to do it when the map's upside down, but it's fine. And so yeah, so you want to head over to one of the pieces of furniture.
I'm assuming you mean my right, not the map right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to give me a
Could I do an acrobatics roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ah.
Okay, so you head over to the piece of furniture. You climb up on top. You begin to jump, and you realize that you're just not tall enough, and you probably need a boost.
Fuck's sake. All right.
So
I motioned to Steve. Can you give me a boost, man?
Yeah.
This is a little embarrassing.
He will use his action on this turn to give you advantage, so you can roll again.
All right.
Gets
perfect.
a 2. Oh, there you go. So yeah, you stand on his hand and he lifts you up, and so on your next turn he will enact the maneuver. All right, back
Perfect.
over to. Oh, I'll do a quick Beppis check. Back over to the band. He's like, all right, so what are we calling this band? I do the same voice for all the elves. What are we calling this band, dude?
How about Dragon Hunters?
Dragon Hunters? Hell yeah! And he starts going, I wanna hunt a dragon.
I join in. Why not?
Hunting
Great.
dragons is so fun. Dragon hunt. And you hear the door open again. And he's like, hey, bro, so I hate to break it to you, but they don't want me to take any of your books. And he just walks in, and you're just like, Dragon Hunters.
Hey, we started a band. You want to join in too?
As soon as you say that, he grabs the end of his staff and just starts singing into it. Dragon Hunters! I'm going to do a roll to see if he... Okay. He starts singing, and then he, like, stops for a second, and he's like, wait a second, where'd you get those spikes from, though?
They're on the wall. You want them back?
I don't know, man. I feel like...
I mean, right now I'm just using them as drumsticks, right?
Yeah, and I really don't want to kill your flow. It's like, as a guard, I feel like this internal duty to keep you happy. But at the same time, I gotta follow the rules, you know?
No problem. I give them back to him. I just start using my hands instead. Playing the
You
bongos now.
start banging on the table. He's like, hell yeah, bro. You're all right in my book. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't use book. It's a triggering word because I couldn't get your book back.
It's fine.
He starts singing again to stop the awkward
No,
situation.
this makes like perfect sense because like I'm a folk hero, so like the common folk sort of like respect me.
And
at the same
Everhill
time,
starts
hopefully-
combo classing as a bard.
I might. I should just because of this.
What if Everhill is young crap all grown up? Oh snap!
Except young crap was a halfling.
Oh fuck! It's got half in the name. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
I started a band.
Back over to Lord Boris. So on your turn, the chieftain, who no one has still to this time, no one has asked his name, walks over to the elf and calls down to her. She's probably here at this point. He's like, yes, Sevis, some orders from Prince Celia I need to talk to you about. She's like, oh. Turns around. So where do you sneak to, Nick?
So I'm just above them, so they can't see me, right?
Yeah. And what was the last stealth check you rolled? 15. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see, but she got a 2, so yeah, she doesn't notice you.
All right. I'm just going to. How far above them would you say I am? Like about 8 feet or so? 10 feet?
Yeah, yeah. 10 to 12. You can, like, the way the beams are placed, you can see them every other step, probably. You can see, like, people walking about, but occasionally you just go into an area that's just, like, complete blackness because of how the lighting is.
Okay.
Dark vision.
True, you have
I'm
dark
just
vision,
going.
so you're not affected as much.
Right. I'm just going to, as the chief slowly moves down the hallway, I'm just going to kind of match his pace.
Okay. So yeah, he noticing sort of how you're going about this, he's going to walk and talk. So they begin moving and he's like, "Yeah, Celia mentioned something about some other foreigners in the village. I went to go and check, but I haven't seen them." And at this point, another elf stops and is like, "Oh, Chief, there's actually something I want to talk to you about." And he's like, "Oh, well, let's see how well he gets out of it." He's like, I'd love to talk, ladies, but I've actually got some paperwork." And she's like, "No, it won't take very long. Just a couple of things about, losing 3 scouting parties. It's gonna be tough the next couple of weeks." And she just begins like talking.
Oh, women.
All right, so let's go back over to Everhill. Is your plan? I guess I should just ask this for the time being. Is your plan for now to just continue to jam out with your bros?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okay.
If I do this long enough, will I get a free first level in Bard just so I can play music better?
I mean, you could definitely multi-class. That's definitely a thing that's available to you. So probably, I'd say by now, Boris, they have slowly, very slowly made their way to the end of the hall. And they are they're just like surrounding him. They've cornered him, and he's like, "Well, seriously, Celia's got a couple things that she wants me to talk about. I should really go in the other direction, opposite of the prison, and talk to her," he says very loudly. And they're like, "Well, it won't take too long. Just you can just take a look at it." So, what do you want to do, Lord Boris?
So they still haven't moved though. So
yeah, they are.
I'm just going to silently stay put right above where they are until they move somewhere else.
Okay.
Because at least according to the lights, it seems that we'd be in a fairly dim area, so I wouldn't be able to be seen very easily.
Yeah, you're definitely not seen. Give me a perception check, just of the general area.
Trap.
Okay. Wow, that's actually really good for a -1. So you're chilling in the rafters, and for a moment you're just like still, and then you begin to feel like a bit of a shaking, and you're like, "What the hell?" It's so minor, you can barely feel it. And then you look around, try to use your senses, and you just hear this manic thumping and "I love to hunt dragons, oh yeah," coming from down the hall, like through this door. You just hear, "Oh yeah," like you can just feel it shaking the place. Very small, but you can feel it because your senses are so keen.
Wow. I wonder who that could be.
The guy who loves to hunt dragons for 800, please.
Thorin Oakenshield.
Hey, give me the gold.
Give me a gold.
Give me your gold or I will shoot you. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Boris for now because Everhill is in love with his new band. So,
yep.
What do you want to do, Boris? Are you gonna just wait for these women to leave him alone?
I kind of at this point are like, oh my god, they're never gonna fucking shut up. So I finally start moving towards the sound
Okay.
of the dragon slaying down the right hallway, the first right hallway.
Yes.
That
You make your way to the very edge, and you can just feel this thumping now. And inside, you hear 3 different voices in unison singing out their love for dragon hunting. You notice that the door is slightly opened, like it's not locked. It's been slightly left open. So if you wanted to, you can open it up, but you might want to take a stealthy approach. I'm not sure. What are you thinking?
can I use sleight of hand to open the door stealthily, or can I just use stealth?
Yeah, you could use sleight of hand, and there won't be any disadvantage because you're already hidden. Essentially, you would just be like dipping a hand down.
Okay. All right.
All right. The door opens, Everhill, and through the corridor you see a hallway. You can see people at the very end of the hallway talking, but Bill and Ted do not seem to notice. They're just jamming hard. Dragons all the way to the end of the world. I will hunt you down.
I guess I move to enter the room
You want
while
to
also
jump
keeping the
inside?
door. Yeah. Well, I also want to keep the door slightly ajar as well, the way it is.
Sure. I couldn't have gotten 2 more opposite rolls. Okay, so the guy who's just slamming his sword into his shield doesn't fucking notice the red lizard at all. He's just like, fucking dragon's gonna go down, yeah. And the guy who's singing into the end of his staff sings so loud. It's just like, I'm gonna kill that dragon. And right as he says that, this little red lizard boy hops right in behind him, and he just looks down like, dragon. And we already have initiative, so we can just go straight into combat. It was just Lord Boris's go, so Everhill, it is your go. What do? You see Boris, and you see the guy like he's like lifting his staff to swing.
Hey, this is. Which one is this? Bill or Ted?
It's this guy who is Bill.
Hey, Bill, this isn't a dragon. This isn't what we're trying to hunt. This is a kobold. Dragons are a lot bigger and breathe fire. But we could go out on an adventure and try to find one for us to slay. And spread our music around. Make some of that money. Trying to persuade them to, not attack us.
Yeah, give me a persuasion. Give me advantage because they are in love with you so much.
Got that 16.
Okay, so he's like, "What? This isn't what dragons look like."
No, I just because my favorite thing is dragons. I just pull a picture of a dragon out of my pocket. I'm like, this is a dragon.
He immediately starts screaming, "Oh, Jesus! Put that thing away! Dragons are so big."
This is a piece of paper. It ain't real.
How? I thought dragons were, and he points at Boris, that sized. Dragons are huge.
No. Dragons can be the size of this entire village.
How do we fight those? Like, Ted hasn't even noticed. He's still drumming away. Fucking dragons, yeah. Boris, how do you react to this guy going weirdo pussy on you?
I kind of just motion to Everhill, like, nod along with what he's saying, like, yeah, I'm really cool, man. What do you mean?
He's like, I mean, I suppose so. Why is he here though? Like, is he a prisoner too?
I ain't no prisoner.
He's my manager. He's our manager. He's here to get us ready for our next show in
next what?
Fair.
Give me a deception check. With advantage.
Deception. All right. 21.
Okay. He's like, manager, like, he's gonna get us some gigs and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, manager, yes. My my band, the
Dragon Hunters, you remember us.
Hunter. Thank you, Everhill.
Oh man, I think we could really make it, dude. Now that we got a manager, I think we can really do this thing. And you guys at this point are just like trying to talk over Ted, still not noticing what's going on, still drumming away. Just, I wanna fucking go get dragons, yep. That's what he's doing. Oh, I just smacked so hard I lost. Okay, there we go.
Boys, you follow me, I'm gonna get you to the top. But
And that's what we want to be.
Before we do anything else, we gotta leave this area. That is of the utmost importance because we're going on tour.
Woo!
Bill just starts clapping. You guys have changed my life. You have no idea. At this point, Ted's like, "Oh, are we done? Like, is practice over?"
Oh, yeah. Practice is over, but we going on tour.
It's the real thing now. Now, Bill or Ted, I mean. The blonde one's just like, I can't believe this. I think I'm hyperventilating. Yeah. So, a couple minutes go by. Everhill, you can see the chieftain run up to the door, and he's like, "What's going on? We have to go."
Yeah. The band's leaving. I like wink at him, like, "Yep, the band's getting ready to leave. You know, go on tour and stuff."
Okay, I'll roll an intelligence check for him. He's like, "Band? We have a problem with vampires and werewolves. What are you doing?" He rolled a 2. Bill and Ted both look at the chieftain like, "Chief, I'm sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to resign as guard of Kainalari. I'm going on tour, bro." And he just starts doing the rock star symbol with both hands, just shaking them like, "Yeah." The chief's like, "Oh my God, what did you do to them? They were already dumb enough."
Hey, boys, this band, we're getting ready. I mean, why don't you guys stay in here and practice everything? You know, get your stuff ready to go. I'm gonna talk to the chief about, you leaving his services to join my band.
Oh, you want us to prep some of the musical instrumentes?
Exactly.
You
need to make sure.
Where should we meet with you?
How about we meet, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
somewhere.
No, my brain is just,
Bill's just like, dude, I know where we should perform first.
where?
Oh, my uncle, he owns a, what are they called? What is the thing where you put the stick in the
tavern?
water and you like,
A well?
no, like you get like weird slimy things out of it.
A fish?
A fish, yeah, he's a fish, and he does the fishes over in Bassenport. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Bassenport? Yeah, we can meet in Bassenport.
It's one of the villages nearby. Maybe like a 3-day walk from here. Bill just slaps
All right,
Ted
we'll
on
meet
the
there.
head, and Ted's like, huh? And he's like, all right, I hope to actually see you guys there, because if this was all a joke, I'm going to be pissed. And then they just start running. Or not running, they'd walk out. They're too dumb to
Hey,
run.
what was the town again?
Bassenport.
Sport.
We'll see you there, Dragon Hunters. You can see like Ted trip on himself as he runs out and then get back up. You just hear, "Ted, you fucking idiot." Alright, they are gone. There's the chief.
I started a band.
Now I have to figure out that whole thing. Alright, perfect. No, I love that. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do? Chieftain's just like, he's like looking at his wrist even though there's no watch there. He's like tapping his foot.
We need to get my stuff first. if I'm gonna be any help to you guys.
Right. Do you know where they took it?
Would I know where they took it?
Yeah, they probably took it from you in the room you were in with the Bane bags.
All I know is that you were there when they took it from me, Chief. Where do you usually
Oh
put prisoners?
shit, you're right. Sorry, I rolled a 2 on intelligence and I fucking just lost it all there for a second. I've regained it now. I'll lead the way.
Right, I followed the
And
chief.
while you guys are walking, I'm going to head back up into the raft.
Sure,
Because-
the chieftain will.
Oh yeah,
lift you back up.
I should be. Will they be able to tell I'm not like Elven, or would I blend in enough that?
Since you're with the chief, you're probably good. Like no one will question
Yeah,
that.
like from a while away, they'll just see 2 elves walking.
All right.
All right, so oops, I tried to do a thing and I just clicked. All right, so I will move the 3 of you in unison. So you guys get to about here, and you begin to see some guards down the hallway, and the chief is like, this is going to be more difficult than I thought. Do we have a game plan in terms of how we want to handle this?
Which direction is the?
Straight ahead
West.
to the right and through one of the doors. It shouldn't be locked. It's not usually, but there's also the treasury nearby, but you can see the guards guarding it right now. Just
All right.
here.
Can I try to get up in the rafters with the kobold?
Oh boy.
I mean, you can definitely try. Sometimes
won't.
though, you
Hey,
gotta
Chief,
wonder.
do you have like a?
Sorry.
So, what part of me makes me look not like an elf?
Probably your face and just your overall body is very human-like. Elves are slightly more tall and slender, but your face is definitely the giveaway because you have like a human face but elf ears. You look like a poser, but you're obviously not. You look like a human in an elf costume.
Right. How would we do this?
I could try to cause another distraction, but you guys would have to be quick.
Mm.
Fair enough. Just give me a moment.
Nah, I would leave, but I feel like I need to stick by you just in case things turn sour.
Yeah. Chieftain's like, it's probably not smart, unless it's you two going off on your own to split up at this point. There's so few of us. Where is your other friend, the blue one?
Still causing a distract? I don't know. Where is Peppers?
Amazing.
This is the direction of the where my stuff would be.
Yeah. So he
And then this
said
way?
down to the right, yeah. Straight ahead into
Alright.
that door is where he pointed out where the treasury was.
Okay, Chief. If you go down here and distract the guards and lead them to the left, me and Lord Boris might have a chance to go and get my stuff.
I could... Okay, I have an idea. I'll try to lead them back towards the main entrance, but they'll all be there, so you'll have to find another way out, or at that point we may as well just tell them what's happening. So, he heads off to go talk to these elves. Roll some persuasion.
I quickly dart around the corner so they can't see me when they turn to look at him.
Sure. Okay. So what happens is you begin to see them talking, and there's like a moment where they're like, you can see one of their faces look very suspicious of the chief,
Oh God.
and then swords clash. So we're back into initiative, and big yes. Okay, so I'll add the chieftain on his own this time around. Yeah, he rolled pretty bad, I gotta say.
Would the time I was in in the prison count as like a short rest?
No, you're only in there for like 20 minutes.
All right.
And
I just wanna-
and when I finally do attack, can I do I get an extra turn because I got a natural 20 for initiative?
Yes, you will get 2 turns at the start. So you could dash and then attack if you wanted to, because you probably will.
No,
to dash.
not for now. Not for now, at least.
All right. Well, it's your turn.
Hey, Lord Boris, could you hand me your crossbow? I don't have any weapons right now.
I toss him down from my backpack, his crossbow. Just kind of drop it down to him.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
And some arrows.
And I'll also drop down 10, but I'll
Okay.
that should be enough.
Perfect. Okay.
I will add a light crossbow.
Do you want that to be your turn, Nick, or do you want to move at all?
I'll kind of motion to Everhill of like, yo, what do we do?
We aid him, I would assume.
Hmm.
You could use it as a distraction if you wanted to.
Yeah, but
I
he's
guess
in the
I'll
path.
I guess I'll just start moving closer to the chief
Okay.
while staying in the rafters and staying mostly undetected.
Yeah. All right. Everhill, your go.
All right, sorry, I'm just adding the crossbow to the thing. Can I try to stealth my way closer without being seen?
Yeah, you can go half your movement to not be seen.
Do I have to roll for it?
No, they're currently distracted with him,
One,
so you can do it
3.
regardless. So you're like tiptoeing down the hallway silently.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the view path of the other elf.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, the kobold can get by, but I can't. So,
Yeah. Okay, so the elves go. Another one moves up from down here, and they're all gonna attack the chief. Holy shit. Alright, well, he got lucky with one of them, because one of them was a natural 1. The other one was a... Wait, what do I add to this? It's weird because it's elves fighting elves. +4. Okay, so 2 of them hit. Alright, so all 3 of them just collide on him. He manages to block one of the attacks with both of his swords, and as he does that, 2 of them just go in. One bashes him on like the back of his kneecap. The other one just like stabs him in the side, and he goes, "Ah! Attack!" Essentially.
yeah, okay.
And can I do anything else? No. Okay. On his go, he is going to... He's going to just attack the first one in front of him, I guess. Which is going to be a hit. So let me do this real quick. It's the best part of combat is when I have to do all the numbers and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really not, but...
It's the worst, but it makes the whole thing run, so... Alright, there we go. Can you guys see those bars?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, they're for me then. Alright, Boris, it's your go.
Alright. I'm going to move along to the rafters until I'm right here,
Okay.
and then for my action, I'm going to jump down from the rafters with my mace onto somebody's head.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say the jump down is your movement, and then the mace is the attack, or the action.
Yep,
So, yeah.
that makes sense.
And you can have advantage, because they are not expecting you at all.
Alright, perfect.
Which one are you attacking?
Oh. That one right there.
Okay.
Let me.
Yeah, you might get a natural 20. You did.
Holy fuck!
So. So you did 6 damage? Is that what that means?
I think so. Plus, since it was a crit. Wait, what is a?
You double
So
Oh, I
the
double.
damage.
10 damage?
You
12
do
damage.
no, you do 10 because
Oh,
it's
10?
4. You rolled a 4. No, you rolled a 3, so it's 6 plus 1, so it's 7.
7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you come down and you swing down with your mace on this person's like skull essentially. You can see him just like get smashed really hard in the head, step back, and they seem extremely disorientated. They're like that hit should have killed them. They are on their last legs.
Which one is this? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The female with the staff.
I'm a bit taken aback that didn't kill them. To be
Hey.
honest.
Are we trying to kill them?
Well, they're trying to kill the chief, so. Though if
Iverhill, it's your go.
Okay, I'm.
Morality in question.
The
The
can I
biggest plays.
move just here without being seen?
Yeah. How many squares did you move?
2.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, and then I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at this person.
Okay.
Do I also get advantage?
Yes, you are not seen.
I also got a natural
Holy
20.
crap! Okay.
fucking
So
hell.
how much damage did you do? Do the math for me. You rolled a 1d8. Wait, hold on. I need to check Nick's shit.
I could. Do we want to use the damage they roll when we do the roll, or do we want to do like our own damage roll? Because that, I don't know. Whatever.
What do you add to your attack damage, Nick?
1.
1.
Okay.
All right, so I got 6.
6 damage.
Yeah.
You're attacking this one. Okay. You're shooting them with a
Look at that.
crossbow.
Yeah. Look at that 26.
So you just
Chance to hit.
shoot them in the side. They're like, ugh, there's more. Okay. Is that your whole go?
I shoot them in like the arm. I'm trying to go for like
You're not
wounds that won't
kill.
kill. Yeah.
Okay. So the elves. She's not gonna move to you because that would be attack of opportunity. She's gonna go for the chieftain. Misses. The other 2 are gonna go for Lord Boris. Oof, that's definitely not gonna be a miss.
He's got that 18 AC though.
Yeah. So they rolled a 22 and a 21.
Dang it.
So that's gonna be. You might go down with this. Although you might not. You're the tank. 14 damage?
If that won't take me down, I doubt it'll take him down.
Okay. You guys are level 2 now, right, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
You have much more health now.
Do we get any experience for breaking me out of prison?
I'm not going to give you experience for that, but I'll actually give you 50 each for the band, because I love that.
All
I have
right.
to give that to Andrew as well. So, are you down or are you up, Nick?
You said 14 damage?
Yeah.
I'm at 1 then.
Ooh, okay.
You're at what? 1?
1, yeah.
Yeah, and you can
On your next turn, you could just use your healings to heal yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, probably.
make sure you add the 50 XP as well. All right, perfect. Up next is the chieftain, and he is going to be like, seeing the super injured girl that you somehow didn't kill, he's going to swing at her. It just barely hits. he just chops her head off.
Oh, so we are killing them now.
He's just like, you made me do this! She's corrupted you! He screams.
Yeah, but you could have just knocked her out. Oh, god dang it. Murderer.
You can attack him if you want to.
No.
That's his go. Up next is Boris.
Okay, I will use the first level spell Cure Wounds.
Okay. You still have all your spell slots besides this one, right?
Because I leveled up.
Yeah.
Alright. Cast on that. Ooh, alright.
6 healing.
It's pretty good. Back to half. About, maybe.
7. Yeah,
Oh my god. Nick, your character gets -1 on his healing rolls.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think your wisdom's too low or something.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
have a
I'm-
-1 wisdom.
-1.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you can
first
improve
chance
that
you
with
get-
level ups.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. First chance you get to improve your stats, you might want to make sure your wisdom's not -1.
Okay.
Probably be useful, yeah.
Everhill, it's your go. Unless you have anything else you can do, Nick.
Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore HP, the creature regains additional HP equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So I gain 3 extra health then, right?
Yes? Yeah. Wait.
Could you put the
Right.
spell? Could you click on the spell and put it in?
Oh,
like,
my
the
bad,
thing?
yeah.
Also, sorry. Whenever you use
Yeah, I
a
guess
spell
so.
of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, the creature regains an additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
Yeah, so you get 9 healing.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's your action.
Oh, okay. I get where I was coming from. Like, that's not the spell thing. That's the disciple of life. All right. All right, it's my go.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, Everhill. What you gonna do?
Seeing as we're no longer, you know,
Taking it easy?
taking it easy, I'm going to. I'm gonna just shoot the person I shot last time.
Okay.
17 with 7 damage.
7 damage. Where are you aiming for?
Just
The head.
her body.
Okay. She turns towards you like she's gonna like charge you. You just shoot her in the heart, and she just goes and just falls down. It's exactly lethal.
Oh, nice.
All right, there is 1 elf left. Is that your whole go?
I am going to move here.
Okay. The elf, he sees the situation as it is, but he's not going to surrender. He instead is going to try to take out the chieftain, seeing as he is the most weakest. He does not. The chieftain blocks the attack with his sword, and the elf just looks. The chieftain's like, it's just, the chieftain says, "This is your last chance, Erdon. Surrender or my friends and I will take you out. Like the plague that we must take out of Kainalari." Boris, it's your go.
So we gave this man here a chance to oh wait, there we go. This man a chance to surrender and he didn't take it, correct?
It's not his turn, so you don't know if he has or not. Is that what you're going with, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for his turn to see what he does.
So you could like prepare an action.
Yeah, you could say
What?
if he moves to attack again, I will attack him or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll ready my mace, basically.
Everhill, what do you want to do?
Same. I got my crossbow aimed at him. It's like, you do this. You ain't doing nothing else.
Okay. On his go, he's gonna use disengage. 3, 4, 5, 6. He runs. Just begins bolting it towards some stairs.
Alright. Do we want to let him go, Chief?
Chief looks and says, he'll find his way home. Chief
Alright.
grabs
So which
his
way to my stuff?
bleeding wound and he's like, all right,
Here,
follow
I
me.
pull out a healing potion and I give it to him.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you want me to roll it or do you want to roll it?
No, wait. I don't have that.
Okay,
It's in my stuff.
true.
I have a healing potion in my stuff. If we get there, I can help you.
Trust me,
Also-
I'll be fine.
Can I do medicine to see if I can patch up some stuff quickly?
On him?
How much
Yeah.
how much health do you have right now, William? Or Everhill?
I have not taken any damage.
You haven't taken any damage? How much damage has the chief taken, Dylan?
He's taken 8 points of damage. If you were to look at him, you'd say he looks like he has less than half his health.
Okay.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I could use like pieces of the elves we've killed clothes to like wrap up his bandage and try to stop the bleeding?
Medicine can't heal people, but it can stop them from dying.
Yeah, just like stop the bleeding. That's what I was going for.
Sure.
No.
You like pick up a piece of cloth and like push it to the wound, and then you let go and it falls. He's like,
I'm like-
"Thanks, Everhill. I appreciate it. It's the thought
Sorry.
that counts." So yeah, this guy at this point is booked it.
All right. So which way to my stuff?
Down here through the door on the left. So
So this way?
he's down here.
Oh no. All right. We follow him.
And
Are we doing this stealthy still? Oh, that's that door. Do we get what XP do we get for the guards?
Oh, you each get 50.
Perfect.
You guys are racking up the XP.
Andrew doesn't. See, you didn't participate.
I'm leveling up as well, just because it's inconvenient.
All right. Now what? Does this
You-
guard
Can we,
see us?
can we roll for like investigation to see if we can find his stuff? Or
No, but there's a guard.
oh, there's a guard. Right. Yeah, my bad.
right here.
Hmm. Well, shit, he can probably see us because we just kind of came through the door.
just turns towards you. Yeah, they're looking at you.
Oh,
Boris just like run attacks. What do you guys want to do?
It's Boris's turn first, so.
all right. I'm just gonna move up and bop him.
Bippity bop him.
Oh my god, I'm a
Bippity
fucking
bop
idiot. I just
boop.
gave Andrew 500 XP. Jesus Christ.
Actually, instead, I'm going to walk up to him, and I'm going to use inflict wounds.
Oh, okay. Also, by the way, it's clearly a female, but it's fine. Oh my god, wait. Holy crap, you did 21 necrotic damage?
Yeah.
So you run up, and what does this actually do? It just, like, sucks the life force out of someone?
My bad. Hold up.
Oh, no. Oh, there you go.
You make a melee spell attack against a creature on necrotic damage. Yeah, I would say so. It's a necromancy. Necrotic damage. You probably just like black. I imagine this is what I'm picturing, Dylan. Like,
Okay.
you touch the point you touch, like black lines start to appear on their skin. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like their veins start to turn black and her like starts to shrivel up a little bit, and then just
So what
collapses onto the floor.
what happens is you guys open the door, walk through, and you see this chick just like, Chieftain, what's... And then Boris just runs up like, shut the fuck up, bitch! And just grabs her, and she just goes, just like gets sucked up like a straw, and then just like falls to the ground, just like flaps.
Into the void. And I kind of maniacally laugh after I do it.
Oh my god. The chief
Boris,
just, the chief looks concerned, but he's like, there's no time for this. Just limps towards the door. Your things are in here.
Alright. What experience do we get for that fight?
Oh yeah. Hold up. Let me check the XP chart.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a fight, but
I just walked.
That was just a massacre. You each get 16 XP.
Take that. Take that.
Take what I can get at this point.
Alright, so my stuff's in here.
You walk in. So
Oh, this isn't my stuff, this is the main room.
yeah, this is what he's talking about. So I assume you all walk in?
Yeah.
My bad.
Alright. So you guys walk in and you see the room is empty except for Iwin lying on the ground, and you see scratch marks on his body.
I dash over to his body and I check for a pulse.
Okay. You check for a pulse. You feel a pulse. His eyes open. He looks at you and he's like, what have I become?
They turned you, didn't they?
Kill me.
As you wish.
Chieftain walks
I'm
over.
sorry, my friend.
He kneels down.
I-
He's like,
Did someone have a weapon that can do this a little bit better? All I got is some crossbow.
so yeah, you would find your supplies. You probably find a backpack next to one of the beanbags.
All right. I tossed the crossbow back to Nick
Okay.
and
Yep.
the 8 bolts.
8 bolts. Okay, I'll take off 2 of them.
You just see Chieftain like kneel down next to Iwin's body, and you can see him like at his ear, just like whispering some prayers.
I pull out my short sword and just sort of. Actually, how can I do this without? I don't want to.
You don't.
I want something to be. I want it to be quick and not painful. What?
I'm just thinking of something. Chieftain's like, is there nothing we can do?
Could I look through the impossible? Could I look through the impossible alchemical formula to see if they have a cure for werewolfism in it?
Okay. Yeah. Roll. Yeah. What's reading a book? Investigation, I guess.
Investigation. All right. Just once.
Yeah. Roll an investigation.
19.
Okay. So you find something that you think might be able to do something, and then roll a medicine.
Medicine. All right. 20.
Ooh, okay. So, in the book, you find a long formula for a, I guess, potion called a Greater Restoration Potion, which would essentially restore someone to their original being. The ingredients for which are complicated. It actually costs money, or you could use like a expensive diamond, but there has to be like a value cost, and you need someone with the ability, like a wizard, to cast the spell, someone who can cast the spell to make the potion.
I turn to the chieftain. There's something we could do, but it would be a long and arduous journey. And I don't know if it will work in the long run. I don't know if we have enough time to try to find everything.
He looks to Iwin and he's like, Iwin, if there's any chance that you could be saved, would you want to be? This is a conundrum I did not predict. Would I?
That monk's gonna save our ass one day, Nick.
No boy.
Just like, oh, we're in a situation we can't figure out. Is there a formula in this impossible alchemical formula that will solve this issue?
I guess in this situation, I will leave it to you guys. I will leave it to you. If you want to try to cure Iwin, he will say yes. If you don't really want to do that, because fuck that guy, then he will say no. What are you guys thinking?
I would like to try to save him. He helped us in our
Can I
time of
just
need.
use the cantrip spare the dying on him? Would that work?
He's not dying. I mean, I'll put it this way: he
You
has
could
a.
try praying to your god.
That's true. You could try praying to your god.
All right, sure. I'll pray to the god of good fortune to pray for his health.
All right, give me a religion check. Gets
Oh boy.
another 7.
This has gone well the past few times.
Yeah, but
If you get a natural 20,
It's-
that's gonna be okay.
Ah.
So you get down on your knees, you do a little kobold prayer, you look up towards the sky that you can't see because you're in a building, and you hear a voice in your head like, "There's always a cost." That's what you hear.
There's always a cost. Wonder what that could mean.
Do you wanna? Shit. Okay, Nick.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to like transfer the curse from Iwin to someone else?
You just give it to
Good
the
job.
chieftain. Fuck you, bitch.
Who would you?
No.
Yeah. Who would you want to?
Probably me.
You.
Yeah. See if Everhill can handle it,
If you would.
and that would
want-
give us time to then go and find the cure for myself.
If you would want to try that, that would make sense. It would. I hope it-
I just want to say I fucking love this idea. Give yourself inspiration, William. Holy shit.
What does that do?
It just gives you advantage at some point in the future if you want to use it.
No. Iwin, we might not have time with the potion. We could still do it, but we have another option. We could try to pray to transfer the curse from you to someone else. I'm volunteering to do that, which would give us more time to find the cure for myself. I feel like this is the type of thing Everhill would do. He's a folk hero,
Yeah.
always trying to save everyone.
And you liked Iwin, so.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Yeah? You guys want to do it?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Target.
I guess I'd give you the option to use inspiration now if you wanted to, William, so that Nick has a better chance.
Let's do it, Nick.
Okay.
All right.
So, Nick, you're going to roll a religion check with advantage. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Okay. So, how does the ritual look? What do you guys do? What do you like lie down next to each other? Do you
Yeah. That's
You
sort of
guys
like a
lie down next
I've-
to each other,
did you
and then
guys
I
watch-
put my hands on both of your foreheads, and I go.
It's like someone's shoving something up your ass. Woo!
All right, so you do this ancient kobold enchantment, and you hear the gods' whispers swirling around your head, Boris, and then you just hear the single word like cost, 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 and then you see this mystical spirit of a wolf running through a forest, and it runs out of Iwin's chest. And it runs around the room for a moment, and then it looks at you, and its mouth opens, and it goes, "Is this what you want?" Looking at Everhill.
I say, get the jar. It's out.
Trap it! Fucking tricked it! No. Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, fuck
Yes.
it. And yeah, the wolf jumps inside your chest, and for a moment you just feel pain like you've never felt it before.
I'm even closer with nature now.
Like the inner workings of your body are being torn apart. Like a wolf is inside you, tearing you apart. So you instantly drop to 1 HP.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to. work on some things. So essentially, next session, I will give you some special werewolf powers, and
Right.
there will be some downsides as well. But yeah, you are now part werewolf.
Damn.
And as soon as the ritual is done and like all the candles just go out instantly, so the room goes dark, and the only light you see is the light coming from Iwan's eyes, and he's like, "You did it." But Everhill, I couldn't ask you to take that burden. Why did you do it?
I'm always trying to help those in need. Never could turn away a good challenge.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "You're very brave, friend, but now I feel like my life is owed to you. I must help you break this curse, and if I can't, well then, it was all for nothing."
Deep. Should we get a move on now?
The chieftain's like, "Iwan, did you see where Celia and Orion went?" And he's like,
While this is going on, I'm gonna pop that potion.
What?
The healing potion.
"Oh yeah, sure."
No, I wanted to actually.
Yeah. Well, we know what it does, game. He
Alright, I guess I'll roll 2d4s.
Chieftain says, "Iwan, where did the princess and prince go?" And Iwan's like, "It was such a blur. They transformed in front of me after giving me quite the long speech and attacked me. Next thing I know, they're leaving, and I don't know where they went, but they're no longer here."
One moment, someone's trying to get my attention.
It's the prince and princess.
Ah!
And the chief is like, "Did they leave Canalari altogether?" And Iwan's like, "I don't know. It all happened so fast." "All right, well, you should get some rest. We should all head to the surface, I think."
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, all you missed is the chieftain essentially saying you should head to the surface now. "We should look for your
Alright.
blue friend. You said he was
Hopefully
trying
he
to
hasn't
cause
gotten himself
distraction?"
captured.
That would be good. All right. And yeah, he leads you down the hallways. We can head back to the other map.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Sure. Let's take a quick break, and I'm going to try to do some stuff. I think I'm going to make a custom item for the werewolf shit.
Alright. I'm actually gonna look up to see if there's any werewolf stuff on the D&D.
That's probably a good call. I might look as well.
How do you spell werewolf?
W-E-R-E wolf, I think. Or maybe A.
Oh yeah, you were right. Keen hearing and smell. Super shape changer. Oh, so werewolves can do it by choice.
Okay, I just found something. Add to collection. So I'm
Oh my
gonna
god, ever.
I'm gonna add a feat to your character.
Alright.
Everhill making the sacrifice. I love that so much. As soon as you suggested it, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool."
I now got a band. I'm a werewolf.
Everhill's making moves in this world, bro. Okay, manage feats.
Oh, by the way, guys, there's a kind of an announcement I had to make.
You're retiring.
I finally
from
finished. Yeah. Just out of nowhere, preseason week 3, nothing going on. Oh, retired. I finally finished the stadium I was working on for 2 years.
Oh
Ooh.
shit! Are we gonna get a tour?
Yeah, so I was thinking is if you wanted to record a video for YouTube or something, you could tour the stadium and put it on like a LAN or whatever.
That could be good.
Yeah. We all need to get together before we go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I go back to school, all of you guys live here.
What day do you go back, William?
Labor Day.
Labor Day? Okay. Some point next weekend or some point this week, then.
All right, I'm writing down some of your stats because your Constitution and Intelligence both lower to -1 modifiers. But I'm keeping track of them in case you do get rid of the curse. However, you gain plus to your AC, plus to your health.
Where are you doing this?
Yeah, I'm
Editing my character.
yeah.
Alright, I'll just tell me when you're done, and I'll reload it.
So that's Constitution. That's
I just took that bullet for him.
Yeah, seriously, that could have been the death of Iwin, or you guys could have cured him. But I like this alternative a lot.
And Iwin will be whenever Andrew gets back. He'll be another useful member of the party.
Yeah. Oh wait.
And maybe Bill and Ted can join us as well.
Oh yeah, Bill and Ted. I'm gonna have a lot of fun coming up with Bill and Ted's uncle. I think he's gonna be a cool guy. Strength.
I like my notes. I just have a note that says I'm now a werewolf.
Best notes this side of notes.
Oh, and then the wizard. I also have on here the fairy. Except I think my U looks more like an A, so it's fact a fairy.
I'm gonna fight a fairy.
He fact a fairy.
Fight
Remember that wizard from last time, Nick?
Yeah. The kid who turned into the wizard.
No. The really old man who they thought killed the queen.
Oh yeah.
Who fucked a fairy?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So you now have +2 to strength. You're gonna have to remember to each time you level up to add +2 to your HP, assuming you level up before you cure yourself.
I have to add +2 to my HP.
Yeah, your hit points.
Maybe I just won't cure myself. No, I probably will eventually. Or maybe I'll just keep going. Get some dragon's blood, drink that, turn myself into this weird hybrid creature.
You have a 15 AC.
I'm 1/4 wolf. I'm 1/4 human, 1/4 wolf, 1/4 elf, 1/4 dragon. Let's do this.
And you now have a +7 perception bonus.
Damn.
Alright, so you have the Curse of the Werewolf.
Is it done?
Yes.
Alright, I'll reload the page then. Dang. That intelligence sucked. Oh! Got that strength up though.
So essentially, Everhill will begin to start thinking a little more animalistic.
Did you lower my HP?
No, you were at 14. I upped it to.
I was at 18.
Really? It said 14 on my thing. Maybe that's
I was
because
at 18 and you lowered my constitution.
Yeah, there you go.
So now I'm back up. Gotcha.
Okay. So you guys want to head back outside. So, as you guys exit with Awen and Chieftain, who no one, still to this day, no one's asked his name because no one really cares.
Yo, Chief. What's your name?
I don't know. That's more fun to call him the Chief than whatever his lame ass name could be.
So the Chief and Iwin.
His name's Queef.
And yeah, you guys head back outside. You guys head outside to a kind of disgruntled group of elves who have gathered around in a circle, and you just hear the chanting of just random people like, he knocked over my car, or like, those fishes, I've been fighting them for weeks now. We were in trains, and like, just people pissed. You can't see who's in the middle of it, but Boris has an idea.
Well, he did a very good job. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
You guys want to just leave him?
Preferably not that, but you can if you want. I guess it's D&D. He did sacrifice.
I feel kind of bad. We did kind of split up, and he did kind of take that, so you'd get out of prison, man. Like,
True.
I may have not gotten in if not for him.
True.
Can't really turn our back on him.
Yeah, but how are we gonna get him out of this? I could warp into a werewolf.
Yes. Do you think you could control it, though?
Probably. I don't know. Let's not experiment with that right now, guys.
Oh, shit.
I just realized there's something else I probably could have sacrificed instead. You know how there's like a soul inside of the gauntlet? I could have given that soul to werewolf curse. But whatever. I'm a werewolf now.
Kind of have to just take that. There's really going to be no way to mend the peace. He did kind of just go in there and destroy everything. Maybe...
The chieftain and Iwin
Maybe we
begin to
could cause
approach.
another diversion.
The chieftain and Iwin begin to approach the crowd and holding up their arms, and they're like, People! I know you have a lot of questions, but for now we must find the princess and prince. It is our number one priority. Let's give them a performance check. Ooh, pretty good. Oh, shit. All right. So, the crowd begins to be like, what? Chief. A couple of them are like, yes. The crowd is still in a circle, but you can't really see Andrew. He's clearly lost in the middle. And the chief is like, the prince and princess, and even the mother of purity before them, have been hiding a great secret from you, and it is time that the people of Kainalari, the elves, the proud elf people of Kainalari, know this truth. The Mother of Purity was not pure. She was far from it. She was cursed.
Well...
She was cursed with the curse of a werewolf. And the crowd goes, oh! The people that were sent to kill her, the Crimson Fang, are a group of vampires who wanted to end this werewolf curse once and for all. And you hear a couple people like, oh my god. And like one guy's like, they must be our allies then. And the chieftain's like,
vampires consider you nothing more than cattle to feed upon. They're not your friends either.
As Everhill says, and speaking of Everhill, he and his friends have helped us stop the werewolves down below, or I assume the cursed ones. They attacked me, and my new friends helped me. They also helped Iwin out. And he winks at Iwin. For now, we must hunt down the prince and princess. However, we don't have a lot of scouting parties, so...
I got it.
We're gonna start by... what should we do? And he looks towards Iwin, and Iwin's like, well, they did mention...
While they're doing all this, I look around at, like, see if there's any tracks that I could distinguish as belonging to the prince and princess.
Okay, give me a investigation or nature check.
Can I use perception and then base it off of, like, see if I can, like, smell which way they went?
Sure. You use your new wolfy powers.
Where the did it go? Oh, I'm on Lord Boris. At 23.
Oh my god. So you begin sniffing around, and Boris, you're like watching the chief give his speech, and all of a sudden you notice Everhill's started leaning over slightly, like animalistically, and has begun sniffing the ground and started like going down and just like sniffing, and he's like moving around erratically, and you're like, oh. You hear, I'll give you your result in a second. You hear the Iowans say, I heard the Everhill told the prince and princess about a place in Stillfair. I believe that if the prince and princess would go anywhere, it would be there to stop the Crimson Fang. And Chieftain starts to nod, and the crowd's like, oh, but what can we do about it? So Everhill, the smelling you're getting, you're trying to pick up on the prince and princess, and you go over to a tree and you start sniffing. You're like, no, not that. You head over. Oh my god, your passive wisdom or passive perception is insane now. You head over to one of the elves in the group, and you're in the group of people, and you're like sniffing. You're like, what the hell am I smelling? And you start moving into the group, and they're like, oh, and people start moving out of the way for you, and eventually you get to the center, and you're like, oh, Andrew, not again. You actually don't see Andrew. You see one of the elven guards dressed in Andrew's outfit, just standing there, just like so scared for his life, and you just see him like, oh shit. So yeah, that's what you see, and you start sniffing him. But you don't pick up on the princess or prince. They are long gone, smell-wise.
Alright.
And as the chieftain sees this, he's like, what the hell? What the hell happened?
Where's Beppis? Blue guy. Why do you have his clothes?
The guard is like, I'm sorry, sir. He tricked me. He said if we switch clothes, it would give me good luck. And then all of a sudden, all the people in the town start chasing me. And they start beating me with pieces of ham and the like. And the chief's like,
there are a lot of stupid guards in this town.
When I rolled, like when I was like rolling on Andrew's turn, he was like, what he did is he knocked over a stand. He ran over to a guard. He's like, hey, I heard about this new trick. The guard rolled horribly. And then he's like, yeah, sure. They started stripping nude right there. And as Andrew was like halfway nude, the group of mob just like started chasing him. So he just ran off. It was amazing. So yeah, we'll figure out where Andrew is when Andrew sometime shows up. Where were we?
Trying to find where they went. Did anyone perchance see have anyone seen the prince and princess come out of the palace? And which direction they headed off in, perchance? At
that point, all the village people start like looking towards the ground, and they're like, oh, we were kind of distracted. But Iwin says again, Everhill, you mentioned something about a Crimson Fang headquarters in Stillfair. I believe if they were to go anywhere, they would head there.
Yes. Me and my companions will go solve your werewolf problem for you.
Yes. And maybe we can get some answers about what this group is, says the chieftain.
And perchance, which direction is Bassenport in the same direction?
Iwin says, yes, I've made some treks to Bassenport before. It's about a 3-day ride, and then on from there, it's about a week's travel to Stillfair. We could make a stop.
We'll head to Bassenport first. I have to meet up with my band that I formed in your dungeons.
Iwin looks at you confused with the chief, just like, yeah, I know. What is Lord Boris doing at this point? Is he just watching all this happen, just like, oh my god, elves?
Yeah, just get me the fuck out of here.
So, I'd say, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to like have a day go by and then you guys head out? Do you want to head out now? Like, what is your adventure plan?
Are we still welcome in the town?
What time of day is it?
Good question. It is. It's probably like 1 a.m.
So it's dark out?
Yeah, it's dark
it's
out.
Right after midnight.
It's dark out. The Canalari is lit with like fey lighting. Like there's like fey lighting in the trees and stuff.
Yeah, because the elves don't sleep.
Yeah, so like
we'll take a break. We'll set off in the morning. shortly after dawn.
Iwan nods and says,
That seems
"You
fair.
guys can stay at my house if you want.
Fair enough.
It's the
Thank you
least
for the
I can do."
hospitality.
Let's head in now.
All right, so you guys head to Iwan's house. You stay the night.
Do we get a long rest or a short rest?
You guys
or...
get a long rest. As you
Yes.
rest,
Good shit.
you guys can. He essentially tells you his story. He tells you about how when he was younger, his parents left him to head to one of the big cities and never came back, and he was essentially raised by the chieftain, He just sort of like gives you information about him. I mean, if you guys want to ask anything, he'll tell you. He also says that
what are your skill sets? You're like a. Is he like a fighter? What type of class is he? Pretty much is what I'm asking.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. He can be. Hold up. Let me pull up the classes real quick. You guys can choose. He can either be a.
Let's make him a fighter.
You can either be a fighter, a druid,
We want to.
or a ranger.
Do we want another tank, Nick?
Yeah, that'd probably be good because
So
you
you
wouldn't
can
have
focus
healing
more on the
abilities, and I still do.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can focus more on the healing part of the combat.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So he says,
I'll
bring my sword.
Is he going to be like a sword and shield guy, or is he going to be like Lord of the Rings, where the elves are like spear and shield?
He's gonna have a sword, and
Alright.
yeah, I don't know if he'll have a shield. He might dual wield. He packs. Well, I'll figure out what he packs when I make a character sheet for him. But he says the elves can't spare any horses. However, we might be able to hire some sort of wagon in Bassenport. I know that they're good for that.
Is it all forest from here to Stillfair?
No, actually, Kainalari is the very edge of the forest. We're actually going to head into
Okay.
a more rivery area, and then there's still some
Is there
trees,
a
but
river
it's not as
that would
dense.
lead us from Bassenport down to Stillfair? We could just get a boat and sail down the river.
Yes, actually, there is. One of the interesting things about Bassenport, it's actually built on a land bridge above the Bassin Sea.
We'll walk to Bassenport and we'll figure it out from there. What mode of transportation we wish to acquire on our way south?
Yes. Do we need to worry about your blue friend at all?
I'm sure
should
he'll
be
find
fine.
us.
He has a cooldown period, usually.
Okay.
He'll either find us or come back later and attempt to kill us. That's usually how these things go.
Ah, I see. Well, we may as well rest up, and I'll. You guys can take. One of you can take the bed. One of you can take the couch. I'll set up myself a.
So now that I'm a werewolf, do I sleep as much as I used to?
Yes. One of the things is that on a full moon, when you transform, you will gain exhaustion, which obviously gives you negatives to your character. Resting is one of the main things to get rid of exhaustion.
All right.
So,
Yeah, Lord Boris, you can take the bed if you wish.
I will definitely take you up on that. I'm fucking exhausted.
Boris is just like, of course I'll take the bed.
Yeah, come on.
I pull out my no, never mind. I thought I had a bedroll, but I don't. So I'll just sleep on the floor.
Okay. You sleep on the floor, so you let Iwan sleep on the couch?
Yeah.
Okay. Iwan sleeps on the
It is
I'm,
so
I'm just that type of guy. You know,
hard. That's so
actually,
hard.
can I spend some of the rest like reading the impossible alchemical formulas to see if I can find anything interesting, like maybe some potion, some like explosives and like poisons. See if I can find anything interesting that I might want to build.
You want to do like... Sure, okay. How about you do... Like intelligence check.
17, even with that -1.
Okay. So you so you're just looking for basically any sort of potions that could help you on your journey.
Yes.
Let's take a look if there's anything in the book.
Oh, is this like an actual book?
I've written out a few things. I didn't.
Ah,
I had to spitball the restoration potion because I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, the book is essentially a thing that will allow you to discover unknown liquids and things like that.
yeah.
So, what sort of thing were you thinking? Do you mean?
Um,
I'd say
like
that you
in
could
maybe
probably figure out because from this point you've just been making like common healing potions with your plants. I think that
Yeah.
you reading this book, you figure out that you probably could make greater healing if you got the right supplies.
All right, so I can now make greater healing potions.
Yeah. So that's 44 plus 4.
All right, I'm gonna actually write down the potions I am now able to make. In this
Okay.
book. Where did my pen go? One moment. So I can make a healing,
You can make a healing potion,
a greater healing.
a greater healing potion, and a potion of restoration.
So maybe I'm trying to find something that, like, maybe like an explosive I could throw, and then when it lands, it breaks open and explodes, doing damage, or maybe something like alchemical fire that I can like dip my arrows in, and then it lights on fire, and I shoot it at people. Or a poison I can dip my blades in to do necrotic damage to people as poison damage, extra poison damage as they hit.
Okay, sure. You find a incantation sort of liquid that you can make, which is essentially like liquid fire. It's gonna cost some money to make, and would most likely take like some gunpowder.
I'm not gonna write down the ingredients. It'll just be sort of that thing where it's like,
Just
if I wanted to
flame
make,
liquid.
I'd put liquid fire.
Okay, cool. Okay. Iwin is gonna come prepared.
Is that all I find?
Yeah.
The greater healing in the liquid fire. All right. Ooh, Andrew's idle.
Do we want to try to add him in?
Do you want to text him to see if he? I don't know if he's here or not. It says he's idle.
All right, I'll text / call him real quick. We'll take a quick.
All right, I'm going to the bathroom. Be back in a moment.
I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm back. So I'm a werewolf now.
Damn, yeah, like what the fuck happened with that? This kind of came out of nowhere.
I guess that half-blooded title now has a double meaning.
Your mic has not
That
been
extra tank
transmitted
is
for 30
handy
seconds.
though.
What?
Ah. So, wow, if he was back now, that would be a pretty good time to come back.
Is he not?
I don't know.
I guess that Everhill the half-blooded now has a double meaning.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn.
Man's going ham cubes. Here, I'll message him on Discord as well.
Is he online?
He's
It
online.
says he's idle.
Yeah. So, I'm going to just quickly finish up making Iwan's character sheet. You guys can discuss as characters what your plan is going forward. Like,
So, first we had to
We had to Bassenport.
Dassenport.
We meet up with your fucking.
Meet up with the
crew.
dragon hunters. Yep. And then after we deal with them, we head on to Stillfair and see if we can catch up to the prince and princess and find the Crimson Fang.
And we were heading to Stillfair anyway when our caravan was attacked, so we'll finally end up in the spot we need to be. So,
true.
True.
so perfectly.
And then we can see if there's any dragons nearby we need to kill.
That can be on the agenda. Yeah, that's
There was rumor you heard of one that's still fair.
I don't care. I just need to find a dragon.
So when you guys wake up, the first thing you notice.
First, do we get any XP for like going through the dungeon and moving on?
Hold up, let me check. Well, you're gonna get some XP. I just need to check how much. It's a good call. I think because of you technically handled the situation, but you didn't technically beat the boss. So
The boss was Iwan.
The boss was the prince and princess.
But they escaped, or we just didn't find them.
Yeah, they escaped. So like while you guys were while Everhill was in jail and while Nick was sneaking in, they were doing the thing to Iwan and then they were booking it. You guys are gonna get about 200 XP each for
Nice.
technically completing the Kain Alari chapter, I guess.
Let's go.
Do we get any for? Do I get any for taking that curse for Iwan?
That's part of it. It's like
that's part of it.
That
Gotcha.
in there, the band, like all that shit, like all the story elements.
Nice. I can't believe I'm a werewolf now.
It's pretty freaking dope. Pretty fucking dope. It'd been pretty weird if Boris got the werewolf curse and he was just like a little Chihuahua werewolf.
Yeah.
It would have been easier to deal with than me.
Made more
That's
sense
very
for
true.
William to take it on.
That was a very heroic moment. So, when you guys wake up, you are greeted to the sight of Iwan packing literally everything he can into a small little backpack and strapping it on his back. You can see just a load of junk, like two axes, 2 swords, a load of food, like rations for the entire trip. He's got like a bunch of rope on there, a tinderbox. He's got like a little bracelet of like rings. Not sure what that's about. He's got a torch on there, water skin. He's got it all. He's got arrows, but no bow.
I'll take those.
Sure. He hands you 20 arrows.
Nice.
I don't know why he has those, but
Does he have any crossbow bolts?
No, why would an elf be seen with a crossbow?
you probably can go to the
Shop before we leave.
Well, yeah, he would probably bring some for you. So, well, how about he brought you 20 crossbow bolts, Nick?
Okay, perfect. Add that right now.
Yeah, I should probably equip his armor, huh? So yeah, he's got his wooden fey armor on, and he's like, another thing. I found a map, an old map that my parents had of Bassemport. I wanted to show it to you.
Ooh.
It's
So we'll be on.
it doesn't get very specific, but it shows the outside area. So yeah, I'll show that to you.
Oh, is this? Oh, that's that.
It's an isthmus, just like Madison.
Except the water goes underneath it. It's not. It's a.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right?
imagine
It's sort of
it's like a land bridge. So
Okay.
it's large enough so that boats can go through.
Got it.
Is there actually a kraken in these waters, or is that just
Iwan
map maker's dream?
laughs and he goes, "Well, I'm not really sure, but I heard that there was a rumor that something once sunk a ship there, but ships go through there all the time. It's probably just
Maybe we can
something
find a
parents
kraken."
told their
Ooh.
kids to scare them."
All right.
And yeah, so we would be entering from this area.
So we'd be entering from over here.
Yeah.
Because we would sort of.
And the way to Stillfair is off
Sort
this
of-
way.
Why can't I draw on this? Oh, there we go. Sort of be going like this,
Yeah, essentially.
and then still fares this way.
Mm-hmm. So like you said, if we wanted to, we could get on one of the boats. They've got like hundreds of boats. And we could pay our way to Stillfair if we wanted to. It'd be much faster than walking.
Yes. Well, we'll see when we get there. There might be some side jobs we can do to earn some money. Some issues we can solve for the people of Basinport.
As you guys are looking at the
Oh,
map,
Basinport!
as you guys are looking at the map, you hear a knock on the door. Iwan's like, "Oh,
Hello."
coming!" And he like moves, and like his backpack gets like stuck on one of the things, so he moves, but the backpack doesn't. So he just like throws himself forward. Ah! Detaches the
I
backpack.
go and open
You
the
open the
door.
door before you can get there. You open the door. You see the chieftain standing there. Next to him is a younger female elf, and she seems to be like writing things down. And he's like, "It's good to see you rested up. How's everything going?"
Good.
Fine.
Hey, just what's gonna happen to the wizard you guys caught?
Oh, about
'Cause-
that. We went to look for him last night, and it appears he must have escaped in all the commotion, thanks to your blue friend.
Oh,
He
how
must have
unfortunate. Now,
must have seen that the guards were all distracted and made his way out using some sort of magic.
Well, hopefully he doesn't have any nefarious purposes, but
Well, I mean, you guys talked to him. What did you find out?
he
never
seemed
got
like
to
he
talk
was
about
trying
it.
to research your history and document it for the university to try to make his way back in. And he seemed pretty honest about that. He also said he had intercourse with a fairy,
Oh,
But there was also something that he
was ashamed of.
wasn't telling us.
so I suppose there's a chance he could come back, but the likelihood is he went back to his university trying to grovel at their feet once more. There was another thing. I found a note left for you, and he hands you a piece of paper. On the note, it says, from a friend to a friend, and there is a sack attached to it, and there is a combined 500 gold inside.
Who gave this to
500 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you guys can split that if you want, or do what you want with it. But he says, yeah, we're not quite sure who left it, but it was just lying around on one of the trees this morning.
Think a split's fair, Everhill?
Sure, 250 each, right?
Yeah.
Any idea who
I'll
could have
take
sent
that.
that to you?
It might have been a wizard we helped break out of imprisonment in a... One moment.
As
I don't say that to the chief.
as
That
as
brings
Iwin
mine.
Not,
As
not
Iwin-
the one here.
as Iwin tries to detach his backpack from the wall, he's like, "Was that the demon you guys were talking about fighting?" Or the witch, I mean. Not the demon.
Possibly. Not the witch. The witch was dead, but the witch was guarding someone. And I don't know what his purposes was. And he might be payment for freeing him? I don't know.
The chieftain looks concerned, and he's like, "Is that something we should worry about? Magic user being set free near our..."
Is there a Umodian ruin nearby?
Demodian. No one's seen any ruins of theirs ever. None have been discovered.
Well, that's where he was being kept. And
Oh.
if there's none nearby, you probably don't need to worry about it.
Oh, well, hopefully not. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you once again for helping out with Iwin, obviously, and he gives you like a nod, but you see the elf right there writing everything he says, so he's like, and just a good luck. I hope that you figure out what's happened to our princess, and he looks over past your shoulder towards Iwin and says, and I hope you are able to stop them.
And I hope you find your missing scouts.
Me too. I hope they didn't get eaten. And yeah, he says good day and walks off. Iwin finally gets his backpack detached and he like runs to the door like fuck.
Don't worry, Iwin. We've got this. And we set out. Unless we want to
Wait,
go.
hold on. Can we stop? I have 450 gold to buy something.
How do you have 450 gold?
Because I was rich when I started out, and then the
Oh,
250
yeah.
I got it.
Damn, yeah,
He's
sure.
a rich
I'm Lord Boris. I'm Spank.
He's spank banking,
And
bro.
I also want to sell these 2 wands. See if I can get any.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you want to go up one of the trees to the markets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You head up the tree.
I'd also want to see if there's a way in the market where I could find an item that could increase my intelligence or my wisdom.
Okay. So you walk up.
Yeah,
You climb up one of the trees. They have like, not really ladders, but sort of viney ladders for people to get up. It's much easier for the elves, but you manage to get up. You're pretty dexterous as a kobold, and you like get to the platform and you look around and you're like, huh, it was weirdly empty. And you seem to remember a certain blue ganassi knocking over a bunch of stands and people's things, and there's like 2 people still like selling their stuff, but there's like lines for them because they're the only ones that didn't get destroyed.
if Lord Boris, we might have a better chance of finding stuff we need in Bassenport than we will here.
I suppose I can wait then. Let's head out to Bassenport then. Make haste.
All right. So you guys are going to travel the 3 days on foot, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have to do the random encounters for every day?
No, we're going to just roll once. Each of you will roll once, and that will decide whether anything's... Like, you have to roll really bad for a random encounter to happen.
So we're still in the forest, though, right?
Yes, you are...
All right.
It's
can I-
not. It's
I'll
definitely
just-
not as thick, but you are traveling through grasslands
Uh,
with trees about.
Yes. So would you classify it as a forest or not? That's going to depend whether or not my bonuses affect this or not.
Yeah, I'd classify it as a forest.
All right. So.
Are we doing a nature roll?
Oh. So you know all those rolls I was making while we were in the city for like nature and perception and stealth and survival. Since we were technically in a forest, I should have doubled my bonus.
Oh yeah, true. So you guys are gonna make perception checks.
Oh, I should be good.
And yeah. so
Holy
perception
shit.
checks.
So we're in a forest. Your proficiency bonus is
Perfect.
doubled for a proficient skill when you make a intelligence or wisdom check.
Holy crap! So you essentially
So-
can't fail this.
I got a 14, but that's actually a 21.
Okay. So essentially when you guys travel, as you move along, you head outside the forest and for a while you enter a clearing. Sorry, go ahead.
So pretty much, since we're in a forest, we can't get lost except by magical means,
Mhm.
and we don't. And difficult terrain doesn't slow our travel.
Okay. So
And I remain alert to danger, even if I'm engaged in another activity.
okay. So yeah, you guys head through. There is a moment at one point where Everhill gets everyone to the side, and like a pack of not wolves, boars come through and move about, try to look for food, then move on, and you guys go on your way. Iwin is gonna cover the rations, so you don't have to worry about that. You guys just travel for 3 days straight, and eventually you end up in an area where the terrain becomes way more grassy, less trees, but there is a distinct water source, like a river, coming from somewhere. And Iwin's like, "Yep, we just follow this, and eventually it'll take us to Bassemport." I actually,
Alright.
they have 3 scout towers. Each of them is run by a different like leader scout, and I actually know one of them because I come to Bassemport to trade. That's one of my main routes.
All right. Let's head on in.
Yeah, her name's Sorman. She's an elf as well, so hopefully there's not a. That's the thing about Bassemport is it's a lot of mixed races, but it's mainly humans and dwarves. Like you get the occasional halfling coming through to sell things, but yeah, it's I guess not that mixed. So
Not very diverse.
yeah,
It's mostly human then.
hopefully Boris won't have too many issues, but yeah,
Mm,
maybe don't
I'm
do
used
anything
to
to
it.
stand out too much.
it doesn't really matter. I know I'm better.
Okay.
I'm the best.
So yeah, 3 days go by. You guys get to a final clearing, and Iwin stops you, and he like looks both ways. He like licks his finger, sticks it up in the air, and you guys can clearly see in front of you this tower up at the top of the hill. And he's like, "Yep, that's the one." And he's like, "So Sorman is a bit of a hard ass, but she means well. The reason they have the towers is so they can determine whether someone should be able to get into the city, and they don't want to just let anyone in because Bassemport, to be honest, is kind of a shithole. It's actually made out of the wreckage of destroyed ships and stuff, so it's not the best place to be. But you know, a lot of trade comes here. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard of it. Are you not from Ashara?
No, I'm just passing through the area to get to Stillfair eventually.
I'll answer that question when I make a backstory.
You've probably heard of Bassemport, but you probably don't know any information about it. It would make sense for Everhill
I've-
to have
I've-
heard of it in stories.
I've heard of it, but you know how these things go. You never can rely on third-hand information.
True.
This isn't really my neck of the woods, to be fair.
Boris, I'm surprised you're here at all. What actually brought you to Ashara?
Well, my estate was raided, fortunately.
Oh,
Those in my area were out for my head. So
were you very
I'm
rich? Were you?
fleeing to Stillfair. Was in a caravan. This whole debacle started.
So you guys.
I guess just now I'm really just thinking about how Whitley's gone.
Oh shit.
I hadn't in the moment. I just really hadn't comprehended that, but he's just gone.
Whitley. Butler?
Yeah, who's
It hurts. He was in the caravan.
Oh, the leader of the caravan.
Yeah, the leader of the caravan. He
Oh.
saved us. He saved our lives at one point.
Oh yeah,
He
you
threw
punched
his
a
own
giant.
life away and exploded.
What?
He punched a stone golem to death. It was quite impressive, actually.
So are you guys having this conversation at the bottom of the hill, or are you guys making your way up as you talk?
But making our way up.
Okay.
Yeah, walking as we go.
So you approach the tower, and you hear the sound of something whiz past your head. And you hear a voice call out, "Oi! What the bloody fuck are you doing down there?" And you look up towards
Walking.
You look up towards the tower, and you see the silhouette of a fat, bearded man. And then you hear another thing whiz past probably Everhill's head. And you just like duck out of the way using your dexterity. You hear 3 different voices begin to laugh, like, "Fucking get 'em, lads!" And then just dozens of rocks start whizzing past you. So I need you all to make dex checks, including Iwin. I will do. Iwin's was not very good.
15.
Oh shit.
21.
Holy crap. So, essentially what happens is you guys both start booking it back towards the trees, and Iwin's like, "I'm coming!" But his backpack, like, weighs him down, and he just gets smacked in the head with a rock and falls over. Like, "Ah!"
Alright, can I dash out there to drag him back to the trees?
Sure. You can do that. Make another dex
Can I
save
pick up some of the rocks and throw them back while he's doing that?
17.
with disadvantage, and yes, you can. So give me a acrobatics, I think. Yeah, acrobatics check.
Who was the disadvantage for?
You.
Alright.
So a
21. Shit.
So
He rolled 21 twice.
what happens is so this is what happens. Oh my god. I did not expect this to happen today. So Lord Boris picks up one of the rocks as he's like heading back towards the trees and throws one up in the air, and you just hear and you just see like a body tumble off the top of the tower and fall.
Oh god, Dick.
Everhill is running back to try to get Iwin, and he's like, "I got you, buddy." You like pick him up by like his armpits, and you start dragging him, and you just start getting pelted with rocks. You're not knocked unconscious, but you're just like being like suppressed by rocks, and they just hear like, "Fucking." Hold on one second. Let me pull up some of the names. You hear, fucking Tag fell off the tower! Ah! That's hilarious! And, probably, once you guys get back to the trees, the rocks just stop, and they just hear, like, mumbling, like, "Hey, we're all out of rocks. We're out of rocks? Oh, fuck's sake."
Oh, should we go back now that they're out of rocks?
Iwin begins to open his eyes, like, what happened?
They pelted you pretty hard with the rock. Are you sure these people are friendly?
What the hell? Sorman's never attacked me before. What? Those didn't look like elves. Those look like dwarves.
Has the town been taken over then?
No, I mean, there are dwarves in town, but this is Sorman's tower. I don't know what they're doing. Should we charge them?
I'll see if I can figure out what's going on. So I step out to approach the tower.
You just start walking towards the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I said they're out of rocks.
Yeah. Someone like right next to a window?
Someone like right next to an airplane just...
Yeah, that's
So you start walking towards the tower, and probably when you're about 20 feet away near the top of the hill, you just start to hear, don't come any fucking closer! We'll throw more rocks at you!
You already said you're out of rocks.
No, I didn't! And he's like,
yes,
you fucking heard
yes,
that,
you did.
asshole.
I could hear you from the forest.
Put your hands up where I can see them!
We're trying to enter Bassenport. Are you not going to let us enter?
We need to search you, make sure you've, not got any weapons on you.
What happened to Saurus, right? You used to be in charge of this tower.
Who the fuck is Saurus?
Is that not Soren? What did the man say?
Iwin at this point starts walking out, leaving Boris in the trees, unless you want to follow.
I'll stay in the trees for just a moment.
Okay. Iwin walks out and he's like, is Sorman up there?
Sorman.
And the
There we
dwarf is
go.
like, Sorman? Oh, fuck. Hold on, I'm gonna get my superior. And the dwarf, you see the dwarf head disappear, the silhouette, a few minutes later. And like, at this point, you see the dwarf that fell off the tower get up and he's like, that was it! And then like a rock falls on his, passes out again. He's like, oh shit, we had another, oh sorry mate. And then a couple minutes later, the door on the tower swings open, and this dirty-looking red-headed dwarf with a braided beard comes walking out with his hands on his hips, and he's like, "Oh, the fucking elf is back! Of course he is. What the hell do you want, Iwin?" Yeah. Iwin looks in disbelief and looks to you like, I don't think I know who that is.
And who are you, kind sir?
Who are you, kinder sir?
I am Everhill, the half-blooded dragon hunter.
Is there a reason
Maybe
you've come to Bassenport without any formal invitation?
Do we need a formal invitation? I
We're
thought this
here
was...
to trade. What invitation do we need?
Well, I just thought it'd be nice if we could get a little indication that people are coming before they actually show up. You know, it's hard for me to do my job when I don't know what's happening these days. And if there's one thing Zug Farlord doesn't like, it's not being in the know. So, what brings you to Bassenport? Iwin's like, we're here for trade and to meet up with some friends. 2 humans that came through. Have you seen them? The dwarf's like, I didn't ask. Well, I did ask. Shit. He looks over to the side for a moment, looks back. I don't know. I see a lot of people. There's a lot of humans, a lot of dwarves. I asked what you were here for. Trade? Is that it?
We're also visiting our friend's uncle who lives in town. He's a fisherman. At one of the docks, I assume.
A fisherman? Shit. My old pup, he's a bit of a fisherman himself. Maybe I know him. Probably not. Don't care! You hear some other dwarves laugh from inside the tower. You get him, boss! And he's like, anyway, Iwin, I recognize you. You're, Sorman's, little plaything, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, where is Sorman? You're like yelling like 20 feet away from each other. He's like, Sorman, bloody imbecile. She traded with me. And he's like, traded? What do you mean traded?
Traded towers, I assume you mean.
Yeah, traded her big old tower for my small little tower. The biggest heist of the century. All I had to do was give her all of our weapons. It was amazing.
You do realize the weapons probably earn her more gold than your tower ever could.
Who cares? What do I need weapons for when I got rocks? And you just hear a voice like,
To stop us from entering.
Sir, we're out of rocks. He's like, we're out of rocks? If we're out of rocks, then what do we even have? He
We
looks...
can throw each other, I assume.
He looks back at you. He looks over at Tag for a second, who's still lying on the ground, and then he looks back at you and he's like, "Hey, let's come to an agreement."
And what type of agreement would that be?
At this point, has Boris come out of the trees, or is he just still?
I'm just like, okay, I'm here too, I guess.
He's like, "I'll let you three all into Bassingport, no fee, if you can find me more rocks."
Yeah, look at the field. You could just re-pick up all the rocks you threw.
He's like, "Oh, can you guys just bring those rocks back up? And when you get up here, we'll celebrate with a little bit of rum. I love rum." And you're like, one of the dwarfs scurries out.
We'll bring them to the door and then head on our way.
One of the dwarfs scurries out and he's like, "Sir, there's no more rum." And he's like, the rum? Where's the bloody rum gone? Oh, this is the worst day of my life. There's a little meme for you.
Yeah.
So, he's like, "Do we have a deal? You bring me my rocks and let you
We'll bring it to the door, and you guys can bring it up so you can re-throw them at people, and then we'll head on our way.
How many would you need in total?
Well, I think we had like 60, so more or less than 60.
All right.
You can see when he says that his eyes are like squinting. He's really trying to think.
I pull out one rock. Here's one rock that's less than 60. We go in now.
I can't tell if that's one of my rocks or not. Can you bring it a bit closer?
Sure. I throw it so it lands like right next to him without hitting anyone.
All right, give me an acrobatics roll.
22.
He flinches, but it lands right in front of him. And he's like, he like picks it up and he looks at it. He's like, all right, about 50 more of these and I'll let you in.
Let's get to work then.
Yep.
I love that. Lord Boris just like rolls up the sleeves, starts picking up rocks.
Yeah, get to work.
Iwin starts
I
like,
like how it's like,
Iwin takes some of the rations out of his bag and starts putting some of the rocks in.
we pile them up at the door to the tower.
Okay, so you walk up to the tower, you pile them up. Zug is still out there. He's still got his hands on his hips. He's just looking at you, nodding his head like, okay. One more thing. You said you said something about a fisherman.
Yes.
If you get a chance, you should go visit my old pop. Yeah, likes to do a bit of fishing at the Sawbridge Lagoon. Maybe you find your friend there.
Be a good spot to start.
His name's N. Farlord. He's my father, and he was once in my position, defending Bassingport from the likes of you lot. And one of the dwarfs, you can see one of the dwarfs who's got a much sturdier look to him, like a long black beard. He's like, "Yes, well, he was defending Bassingport with more than just rocks, Your Grace." And he's like, "Exactly."
What was his name again?
Which one?
The name of the guy we were meeting.
He said that you can go meet N. Farlord on the Sawbridge Lagoon, and that might be where you can find the uncle that you're looking
Bill
for.
and Ted.
Ah, yeah, Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted's Epic Adventure to Bassingport. And as you're like walking past the tower, you just hear the Zug like, "Hey, and make sure you don't fall in the lagoon. I hear there's an octopus in there that'll eat you alive." And like,
Maybe we'll lead it
a couple
instead.
of the dwarfs start laughing. When you say that, all the other dwarfs stop, and then just the sturdy one just like, And yeah, you guys make on your way. So you enter the city of Bassingport. Like I said before, it's like I don't know how else to describe it other than just a city that is totally made out of old boat parts. Like the entranceway is like a large cargo ship that was like caved in from some sort of crash at some point, and there's like a gated fence made out of like fish netting along the outline of the city. And yeah, when you walk inside, the population you mainly see is humans, dwarves, and then like a halfling here or there selling some goods. But it's like, imagine like a poor city where like there's not like a marketplace specifically, but there's like people who will like just be on the corner of a road, just be like, hey, I've got a couple of doodads if you want one. That sort of stuff. And everyone's super dirty here. Iwan's like, so where should we head to first? I'm gonna send you guys a list of places that you guys will pass as you walk through. That way, I just don't have to like
keep telling us.
Yeah. So I'll put that in the chat. Iwan probably starts listing them off as you guys walk through the town.
Well, the Sawbridge Lagoon's always a good place to start. We could also go to a local inn, see if they have any jobs for us.
I think I would like to go to the library.
The library?
To see if I can find a book that would make me smarter.
Interesting.
Sure. Is there a
Increase my
library?
Intelligence or wisdom.
There's the Grotto Biblioteca.
Oh, yes. We can go there.
Iwan, as
Well,
you
we
guys
can
are
split
like,
off for just a moment if you have some other things to do.
as you guys are like walking through the streets, Iwan is like, "Oh, before we leave, remind me to stop in at Lusty's. He's got the greatest pizza in the world."
All right.
I should reiterate that. The only pizza in the world.
The only pizza.
Only pizza in the world.
Lusty's Doughy Delights. Alright, so where do you guys want to go first?
We can head to the Biblioteca first.
Seems like the best move.
Okay. So you guys enter the main street, and there's like a long passage with a lot of shops, a lot of various like general stores, clothing stores, grocery stores, and a lot of them are like, they have like windows, but they'll be like smashed in with like a piece of like the merchandise like halfway sticking out, like someone was trying to get out but it like ripped, so they left it or something like that. So a lot of these places look really shitty. So you guys head to the Biblioteca. The Grotto Biblioteca. As soon as you enter, the number one thing you notice is there's only one person in the entire library, and it's pretty small. Like there's like 4 different sections, and there's just a woman behind a desk, an older lady, and she smiles at you. She's like, "Oh, come in. It's so good to see someone actually come and learn at the library for once."
Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have any books regarding spell casting, would you?
Spell casting? Well, I could have a look, but it's been a while since we've had anyone who's super magical in here, besides, of course, the wizard in the hallucination tower. He's a friend of mine, Sinneth.
And she walks over to one of the aisles. She's looking through like a misc section.
She's like, we have a lot of good offers, so look around.
She starts looking through.
I want to try to find a book on the performance arts to become proficient in it.
Okay. Sure. She's like,
performance arts. Let's take a look.
She continues to look through the misc area.
There's not a lot of selection, I have to be honest. I actually fund this place myself. No one in the town ever comes here.
And she continues to look. She
I
pulls
can't
out a
imagine
book.
why.
She pulls out a book and walks back over to her desk very slowly. She's an old woman, so she like dawdles, and she sets it down. Dust goes everywhere from the desk. She opens the book, blows some dust off of it.
Let's take a look.
Goes a few pages in.
Ah, yes. You wanted a book about the art of casting spells.
Yeah.
Well, it says here that if you want to cast the best spells, you have to be a spellcaster. Are you a spellcaster?
A spell what?
Yeah, you're
A
internet's dying on.
spellcaster. Can you hear me? Hello? Is anyone there?
Sort of. Hello?
Am I dead?
No, it's just.
Shoddy connection.
Do you want me to leave and here, 1 second. Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Do you need me to say that again?
Yeah, just like the spell what?
So, in order to cast very specific spells, you have to be a spellcaster. Are you a spellcaster?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We both are, actually.
So this is what the book says. In order to learn a spell, one must study the arts of spells. Oh, that's obvious. Next page.
Can I just have the book, please?
Of course. Would you like to check it out? How long are you staying here in Bassingport?
I would just